everyone, and yes, I recognize the irony here, that I'm basically interrupting commercials to play more commercials, but guess what? It can be a good idea. It can be fun. So here's the idea. There's like, now there are many YouTube channels that just upload bulk commercials from a ton of different places. So one thing that an interesting practice I find is to watch these, since they're so out of time and out of place, the agenda kind of goes away. And instead what you have is what's like a short film that had an agenda that's now so clearly identifiable because all the things it's trying to pull on don't apply to you anymore. So it's interesting, I think, to watch older commercials just analyzing their production and their subtext. Because it doesn't, like, it seems safe. It's not going to jump into your brain. No fun to analyze current commercials. That's stupid. So I'm going to start with the 80s, because I guess that's when, like, I feel like the 80s is when just ridiculous amounts of money started to get poured into consumer spend and consumer advertising and stuff like that. Oh, Sino, yeah, the Scorcher, the Sears AC commercial. So, like, there's tons, and God, you can read layers into that particular one, both with the performance and the idea of it. Luckburn, thank you very much for gifting a sub. Yeah, we're tearing up capitalist marketing today. That's the idea. I appreciate the sentiment. Thank you. Oh, and you gifted one a while ago. Thank you very much for the double gift. All right, so to open, got a guy here. He's clearly aging. So, you know, I think already we're in a block kind of appealing to 50-something or over. So I'm thinking like daytime TV. And it's like, God, this stupid fucking American breakfast. Just nothing but bread and sugar. God. Yeah, bread and a giant pat of butter. And then a typical, or wait, do you think this is going to be the typical brand cereal that makes life boring? And then he's going to get like a really exciting oat brand cereal that's just going to blow his ass out? Or do you think this is the cereal that we're getting sold on? They are showing the logo prominently. Maybe he's going to like take a bite and it's going to wake him up and burst him out of his routine. What I see in the background here is this depiction of like a pleasant but boring kitchen. The color is kind of odd, you know, pink and blue, but it was the 80s. Who could say? Drowsy Tiger, thank you for the sub. One thing that I find really fascinating about the depiction of interiors, and again, most of my statements are going to be like based entirely on US marketing, because that's what I've consumed a lot, is interiors are lit so differently. Like starting in the late 90s and then kind of continuing on into the aughts and the tens. It used to be like cozy lighting, this warm yellow glow from outside, this sort of like darker interior. It's like dim. After this, it just goes like laboratory bright. Everything is just super white all the time. And it's like this, it's almost like this era of light and purity is now the home instead of this like cozy hearth sort of feel. Anyway. Now let's see what's going on with Oat Bran.
Oat Bran cereals are the way to go for overall nutrition. We're about to turn the tables on you.
All right. That was the boring Oat Bran. And this is like the cool dude you could be. So yeah, there's the boring old guy. You don't want to be him eating bran, boring shitty bran. Be this cool dude in Mirror Dimension. And he's got like more color and a wider lapel, and his like skin color is way better.
Shredded wheat ahead of all the leading Oat Bran cereals in nutritional value. That's how much fiber, protein, vitamins, and minerals per calorie we have, and how little sugar and fat.
Gee, thanks.
And that should turn.
Don't live upside down. Be this guy. There's also the like "Don't worry, be happy" music. Are you stressed? Eat this kind of bran.
About nutrition around ton of Nabisco shredded wheat.
I also wonder about the imagery of this poor schmuck's milk going into the other guy's bowl. I feel like that had to play off of some kind of like silly public consciousness thing that like you're getting stolen from or something. Should have had strawberries in the cereal. Yeah, they really try to dress it up. It's just like a bowl of fucking shredded bran looks like crap. It looks like animal feed. Thank you, Luckburn. So yeah, you gotta put some berries in it to make it look more humane. Also, this packaging is just boring. This must be early 80s, because there's no zazz in it. There's no sex. No one's sexed up the box yet. This is what it looks like when it's just a boring-ass box. What is it? Shredded wheat. Well, just make it say shredded wheat. Pick colors that are bright. I don't know, put some fruit in the cereal. That's it. We had to have the late 80s come through and for like some cocaine-addled ad executive to sweep through Nabisco and like sexify. There's no cum in that cereal. I wouldn't fuck that bowl of cereal. Give that bowl of cereal to my mom. I guess that was the point, though. Maybe that's part of it. If you're like making a product for old people, especially in the 80s, you have to make the fonts really big because their eyes aren't so good. Maybe that's part of it. Brown. Who would eat from this fucking box? Red and yellow. God, it's like the bright. I mean, this whole thing is just a mess. God. Ugh. Looks like something you put on your lawn.
Oh, shredded wheat.
Basic bitch fonts. I mean, I do like bold serif fonts, but not for food. But I guess it does say like sensibility, right? Boring. Manufactured. It's almost like a looks like maybe like an airport sign or something like that. Gate 14. With spoon sized, really some great innovation. Yeah. Things have gotten better since then. But yeah, they used to, I guess it's like Weetabix or whatever. It's just a giant chunk that you bash into milk and then you just have to break it apart with your spoon. And then you eat it and it's just like a bunch of processed wheat needles stabbing into every corner of your mouth.
Shredded wheat.
Yeah, those aren't spoon size. You can tell there's a spoon. Like breaking one apart like an iceberg. I don't get it. Also, like, unless you submerge them, I only ate a giant one of those things once. And unless you submerge it, like it floats. So unless you dunk it, then the bottom soaks in milk and gets soft and edible. And the top is still hard as shit. So I don't understand what the goal is. I think what they want you to do, and this is disgusting, is like break it apart into filaments so that it all, shredded wheat. So that it just kind of dissipates into the milk and soaks it up and becomes this mush. I think it's supposed to be like a wheat gruel. It's like a cold oatmeal. Yeah. Wheat spaghetti. That's exactly what it is. Yeah. You like some people microwave it, which makes a little more sense because then it's like warm and then it's very close to it's closer to oatmeal, I guess, except it's sludge. It's just straight up like it's milk fat and then processed carbohydrates. Like the milk is the best part of it. You'd honestly be better off just drinking more milk and tossing the wheat completely out. Jeez.
Oh, sorry.
Maybe that's like, well, if it is for older people, then yeah. Maybe that, I keep forgetting, maybe that's the whole point, is like, it is for old people, you know, if your teeth have fallen out, then you gotta mush it. Gosh, being old in the 80s, fuck, man. I am so glad I don't have to be old in the 80s. Bleh. Maybe that's the whole point. Damn, I never thought about it from that perspective. Like, hey, do your teeth not work? Does your body reject every kind of nutrition you put into it? Try a wheat cube. Just soak it in milk and just slide it on down your throat. Maybe you'll stay alive. Oh. For shredded wheat, aren't you doing the whole wet the dries, dry the wets, then wet the dries again? Yeah, I guess you are. I feel like that's the case with most processed carbs. My grandpa wants to do VR. He's so rad. That is super rad. Now on to Dave Thomas, founder of Wendy's. I always wondered if this was legitimately him or if it was like an actor they hired. Let me see here. I gotta type in Dave Thomas. Here we go. Oh, look at this. Well, I mean, Wiki can't lie, right? His name was Rex. I guess they thought Dave was a kinder name, but holy shit. You could have been eating burgers from Rex Thomas this whole time. Businessman, philanthropist, and fast food tycoon. Philanthropist? More than any other company founder in television history. Eat that shit, Papa John's. Suck it down, brother. I'm kind of okay with... Wait, he went to the Korean War? He volunteered at 18. Okay, so he didn't go to the Korean War though. He didn't serve in Korean War, but he was a cook. Okay. Oh, he operated a KFC, huh? Huh. He increased his share that he sold. He increased the sales in his restaurant so much that he sold them back to Colonel Sanders, who is also a real person. Holy shit. People actually used to be like real mascots. I guess that still happens. We just get Elon Musk now. Married for 47 years to Lorraine. He names anyone Lorraine anymore. Well, damn. All right. I see Dave Thomas through new eyes.
Good food without spending much money.
Excuse me.
So Wendy's is introducing a new.
But again, this interior lighting, all this like golden light flowing in from outside, but it's largely kind of dim. I guess it's like hanging lighting, but it's this idea that interiors are cozy instead of being like bright and clean.
Super value menu. Oops. Everything on it is at a special
Also, imagine
price. Biggie drink.
Imagine being the director.
Chili, including our new junior bacon cheeseburger. Delicious food that leaves change in your pocket.
Oh.
What do you have to know to get a seat around here?
Come
Got him.
by the super value menu at Wendy's.
It's interesting too because like he delivers lines like a normal person, but there's something still charming about it. Luckburn, you had some drinks. You seem a little expressive. Not that that's bad, but
Tuesday. Matching outfits. It says teamwork. It says.
look at this interior though. Stone, hanging plants, a like rotunda, a little jug, wooden chair. Things just, I don't know. Interiors just don't look like that anymore. I'm kind of okay with that. Old cottage.
Who's the boss? Then.
They seem awfully roomy in the crotch.
Attention shoppers. Plenty of room in Kevin Arnold's crotch.
The Wonder Years.
Shoppers.
It's back.
Room in
Didn't this show just relaunch or something? There was a lawsuit? What the fuck? Here we go. Coming of age comedy television series inspired by the 88 series of the same name. Wait, this series ran in 88? Well then, damn, my radar was off. I thought this was early 80s. Oh, it's still set in the 60s. Alright, that's even... Oh, yeah, okay.
Kevin Arnold's crotch.
The Wonder Years.
Aren't they bringing that? But they are doing that 90s show or something like that, right? Or that aughts show? Oh my god. This depiction of Americana. Okay, wait, hold on. What is America? What is Wrigley's gum telling me that America is? Let's see here. It's playing touch football with the boys in the mud. It goes with the boys. That's like the first line. Fuck yeah. Yeah, getting muddy. So wait, the implication is that all these boys are chewing on gum while they're slamming around in mud? That doesn't seem safe. Wrigley's, what are you telling us to do here? What if one of them asphyxiates on a pile of gum? That'd be a problem. Get sweaty with the boys. Chewing gum with my home. Get in. We're going to drive over to Steve's place and chew gum and play football. We stocked up on the Wrigley's, brother. Get in. Getting married. Losing football. So far, the four images of America we have are boys playing football, getting married, boys playing football. Sweet. And we're slamming another stick of gum. This... I think they're trying to sell you on, like, the imagery and pleasure of pulling a stick of gum out of the packaging. I don't know why they keep showing that. Or, like, implying that this is the predicating action that happens before your entire life. That, life should happen in between singlets of gum firing out of a container. Maybe that's the idea. Anyway, wrestling a steer. Okay. It goes with a hurt. I don't know if that makes me want gum. No, it means when you're hurt, you need to chew gum. Because the line occurs to you. I stole his gum. Motherfucking steer took my gum. Get my wrestling hat. I'm gonna go take Bessie out. That seems like That seems like it might be fun, though. Right? Like to just jump on a cow and wrestle it? They can just kill you, though. Probably. Could definitely kill me. Probably. Definitely. But still, jumping on a, like, just... Cow probably doesn't enjoy it, though. I've always wanted to do steer wrestling. Look at him. He's got a big old belt buckle. Stupid cow. Wait, so... But you pull it down like that, it's gonna land on you, right? Maybe that's the whole idea. Anyway, wrestling a steer, playing a sweet game of baseball. So more than half of these have been sports. And they really, really want to tie gum to that. Oh! But all the hurt has been losing sporting events. It hasn't been like getting dumped. It hasn't been like losing a parent. Getting fired from your job. Well, there's still time. There's another sheath of gum flying out of this package, so more life is to come. All right, when you bomb a foreign nation, you get home, put your hand around your guy. Luck Burn, thanks for gifting another sub. Yeah, the U.S. Air Force. They're so happy they landed this time. Yeah, 95% are men in the ad. It's definitely a man-targeted ad, so they're trying to sell gum to men. Which is, I guess, the biggest pain that a man ever felt in the 80s was losing a sporting game. We found more oil! Could you imagine if you're an army man, I know a lot about the military, and I think that's about to be very clear. If you're army man and you find oil, is that how you get promoted? You get like you probably get a plaque or something if you're the one that finds oil. And now that I think about it, Jed Clampett, he did shoot oil. That's how it happens. Break out your gum, we found the oil. That's what gum's made out of, it's petroleum. Doing sick BMX tricks. BMXing, oh, ladies. Ladies chew gum too. Just out with the ladies. So the only thing the ladies have done so far is get married and walk together and laugh. And military guys. Okay, so I have called attention to this before, and luckily this doesn't happen anymore, but without a doubt, every time anyone eats gum in the 80s, they do it like this. They tuck it in the tip of their tongue and then fold it. And I think the idea was they wanted to train you to stick as much surface area on the like surface of your tongue so that you get like the biggest hit of a flavor or whatever, because they always like powdered him with shit. So I think they're like, when this dude who is honestly got a very creepy stare, and he looks like he's in a public park, so you know, he's looking at the monkey bars for a little bit too long, a little bit too intensely. Other parents are getting worried, and then he rifles through his pockets, finds a piece of Wrigley Spearmint, because this is another day in America, and he does that, and like he's like pushing it with the bridge of his index finger into his teeth. That'd be a good emote. Is this flirting? When you want a lady to know that you're interested, you just give her a genuine smile. Just look at her from across the park, and she's there with her husband and 2 kids, and you just give her a nice smile to let you know you're interested. Yeah, hey girl, I saw you over there. Decided to chew some gum. Are you interested in some gum? All right, now we're hang gliding. Hang gliding in the mountains. I mean, this imagery has to be like, this is what it's like to chew Wrigley Spearmint gum, right? Oh no. So, he hasn't moved. The lady's now getting very concerned. She attended her son while her son went down the slide. She stole a look back at this weirdo, and this is what he does. Good job. Your son went down that slide extremely well, is what this motion seems to say. Oh. And the whole, just like this. This is where the gum goes. What do you say? Put gum in here. Make mouth like this and gum go in. The boys just fucking going for it? Wait, this has to be like a... What's going on here? These are the boys just fucking hanging. Look at this party guy. But he's got a little cup of coffee and they're wearing tuxedos. Except you're not. What's going on there? It's got to be like a... God, what could this be? They're in some like kind of like living room or reception room. Everyone is so white. Yeah, that's true. He's got a little espresso. Partying with the boy. Yeah, a gum and coffee party. But okay, so think about this though. Maybe the implication is that when you go to a party, you want to chew gum so your breath doesn't stink. The wedding from earlier. I was thinking about that. It might be a wedding. Yeah. Sunglasses too. Yeah. Who's this tool where like he's trying his hardest to be like risky business Tom Cruise, I think. The human trafficking auction. There you go. Nothing goes along with buying a human being like property, like chewing a delicious piece of gum. Okay. Closing on that. I like how Big Red didn't get a whole lot of featuring. Maybe, oh no, wait. Big Red is the gum for like thrill seekers, right? That was the, I think that was the, no, that wasn't the mountain lion. Anyway, a kid wearing a trucker hat and cute little suspenders in the American grass. Looks like it's a baseball field, actually. Looks like there's like a running lane back there. With a cute pupper. Chew gum. Pretty good. I mean, but the production values are outrageous. And just the messaging is ridiculous. We want everyone, all of our nation's whites, to chew our gum. Whether they're doing BMX tricks or staring at kids across the park. Yeah, this gentleman right here is really like the star of the commercial, I think, because out of everyone, he's like, how many people watching this commercial are going to be professional athletes? But a whole lot of them are probably balding. Anyway. Yeah, the most face time. Yeah, there's a lot of face in his shots for sure. Directed by and starring. I'm directing it, goddamn. I get to be in it. I should have been an actor. Yes. Car commercials. Always so reflective. This car's a piece of shit. This is a good one.
Subaru Legacy L and the Toyota Camry DLX. Which one is the bigger value? Well, the Subaru Legacy has a lot of standard features the competition doesn't, like more horsepower, power windows and door locks, more rear legroom, and four-wheel disc brakes. So, comparing the Subaru Legacy and the Camry, it's obvious. The Camry's not even in the picture.
Oh, got him. It's interesting too because they're two cars that look pretty similar in terms of their body type, but I think it's like trying to reinforce in your head. The one car's so much better. I also like how the font is just slightly less bold for that one. Just tiny, stupid little car. You can't even barely see it.
Obvious.
Just what a petty commercial. Shitty Toyota Camry is so tiny you can't even see a fucking stupid car. Get a Subaru.
In the picture.
Oh boy, just on the cusp, huh?
Dealer for details on the special value lease program.
This is the brain of a 14-year-old. So is this.
Oh.
Smoking marijuana. If you use pot, you're not using your brain.
Got him! This was part of the war on drugs, huh? Another successful war. America wins every single war. Won the war on drugs. Got him. But I guess what's funny is like I get it's like, you know, this is your brain on drugs thing. It's just trying very hard to sort of be empirical about stuff. To just be like, look at this data. Who wants their lines to be flat? You know? And so it's just like giving people just the right amount of information to seem like an empirical argument, but yeah, that just means it's working. Exactly. Who's to say that you want all these lines going crazy? Also, I like that this message is like probably based on a lot of the stereotypes of the last few ads, going to like dudes who are aging up and probably like drink beer and watch sports.
After smoking marijuana.
Anyway.
If you use pot, you're not using your brain.
That's a pretty cool line though. Although I do feel like appealing to anti-intellectualism would not be smart now. Because like certainly people don't trust smart things now. Mass market messaging isn't like this is what smart people do. Kind of an anti-intellectualism line running through. Yeah, Luckburn, trying to make sure you're okay. Your chat behavior is a little erratic, but that's okay. Maybe you haven't used your brain. Maybe you're all potted up. That's okay. We're not here to freak you out. Is that machine a lie detector? Who knows what it is? It's a needle scribbler. Oh gosh, there's a really bad Bill Murray imitator.
It's gonna be fun, fun, fun. Let the spirits move you with Slimer and the Real Ghostbusters Halloween.
It's a lot of flashing.
Next.
What? Aw. So, I don't know much about Ghostbusters, but I'm pretty sure that that show's called The Real Ghostbusters because there was a show called Ghostbusters before the movie. And I think that's the one that had, like, the monkey in it. Like, there was a gorilla? Or something like that? Yeah, there was a gorilla. That's why there's a gorilla in the cartoon, too. I don't know. Apparently Ghostbusters is a whole thing. I thought it was just a movie that people were kind of way too invested in. But, I don't know, I guess there's a thing with a monkey now. One of the series was written by J. Michael Straczynski, apparently, and I bet that show probably has some real interesting shit in it, because I really like. Dude, crazy! I saw the news that he's actually gonna redo Babylon 5. That's really cool, man. It's real ghosts though. What, in Real Ghostbusters? That's what real means.
Wednesday.
Duke, we're libido slaves to something that's bigger than all of us.
David, did you take out the trash?
Doogie Howser, MD. Then
You went like this.
God, that hair. The hair though. Hold on.
Did you take out the trash?
Doogie Howser, MD. Then
You went like this.
Do you think this look will ever happen again? Like man bun might be might be like this amount of hair. It can't be real. You think it's a wig? It's so tall. Jeez. Thank you for gifting another sub, Luckburn. Hope you're good. Hope you're good. Saw a guy in Tiger with a pretty pog mullet. Okay. But I guess I also mean, like, what is this? Like a lavender coat over a striped button-up? All the way to the neck?
I used sex?
I mean, those shoulder pads are pretty rough.
Not sex.
those. Anything but love.
You know I'm waiting. Just anticipate.
What? Okay, hold on. Whatever this is, it's telling me, like, you know I'm waiting, anticipating is what it's saying. And then there's a I'm good, help. What? How can I help you, Luckburn? Let me know. Pepsi maybe? No, I'm going to guess this is it's got to be some kind of tropical flavored snack, I bet. Or like, yeah, like a candy bar, I bet. Because there was a guy cutting down a coconut. But I guess maybe this imagery also kind of suggests chocolate. But still, I like that like no matter what the product is, it's already trying to plant this image in your mind of like a
I'm waiting.
a nubile lady on a tropical beach, arched and ready, waiting. Almond Joy, not bad, not a bad choice. Staring and waiting into the sunset for you to fly over the horizon.
The pure
God damn it!
taste of coconut.
Right. All you have to do is buy a coconut bar.
While I'm waiting.
I cut to Wrigley's. Let me see if I can match it up. If only playheads would work. Let's see here.
I'm waiting. Just anticipating.
Yeah. When this dude goes through the checkout aisle at the grocery store, he's going to see the Wrigley's on one side and the Bounty Bar on the other, and he's going to break out into sweats. Yeah, that's a Bounty girl right there. Man.
I'm waiting, just anticipating
the pure taste of coconut.
But while I'm waiting,
Bounty.
And that coconut bust. Oh yeah, I didn't. Good point. Didn't even really go into the imagery of that.
Pure taste of coconut.
Like waiting, anticipating, and then this full ass coconut bashes open, spraying into the camera, busting with coconut intensity. Then it shows this like interior coconut.
The pure taste of coconut.
Crossfading into the logo while it talks about the purity of it.
Coconut.
Try a little tenderness.
Drenched.
Also, it's like it's a white girl. It's a white girl on the beach in the tropics. I mean, whatever.
Dark chocolate.
Try a little tenderness.
Wait, maybe? Maybe there's a little dash in there. Then she just... It's just like a locked off shot. It could be...
Discover.
It could be more phallic. I'll give it that. It's not as phallic as I would expect.
A new bounty. The taste of paradise.
Taste of paradise. Yeah, that's a cocoa nut for sure.
Shh, sweetie. We've almost got our house. Wish the sitter hadn't canceled. What's that? Oh, diaper leaked. My dress, I'm wet. What do I do now?
Help prevent leak.
Wow, that sucks. One thing that... So I don't know. The older I get, I find that the things that I get offended at change. I hate this frame rate crap. It's to like... It's to represent like social panic, basically. It's to like... Pointlessly gendered? Of course. Yeah, oh yeah. That, well, I mean... I guess the equipment might dictate a change in like padding and stuff. But one thing that I find that galls me more and more the older I get is commercials that try to prey upon the insecurities or the worries of a new parent. Because that's fucked up, man. Like new parents don't need things that explicitly try to reach into their brains and pick apart any like fears they might have. I mean, that's what advertising is. And no one's immune to it, really. But the scene of like depicting a mom in a like important business thing where she feels like overwhelmed because of all the shit being said that she doesn't understand, and like her kid is doing something and she doesn't know how to handle it, and she knows it's like all on her. Like even her husband isn't like talking to her or anything because he's busy doing something. So it's like she's isolated and it's her problem to deal with this. And what if you're in that situation and you don't want to be the asshole who like has a pissy baby in the middle of signing the deed for your fucking house? You want to ruin the memory like that? Jesus Christ, get your shit together and buy some underwear. Like that's kind of the idea, I think, is that like this should be a magical moment. And unless you have these diapers with you at all times, it's going to be your fucking fault. Because your beautiful, sweet child decided this was the time to just loose its bowels everywhere. Subliminal messaging. This is pretty overt, I think. Now, there might be subliminal parts about it. I think the whole, like, kind of peanuts talk decided to shit at best. That's what babies do. But I think maybe the subliminal part is sort of the, like... wah of all the other people talking about their business things, their tax rates and their interests and stuff like that. Oh, look, Bryn, you got nothing to apologize for. I think it's just a little hard to track, so maybe people are a little concerned, that's all. But if there's nothing to worry about, then there's nothing to worry about. This is a man writing the commercial, I would think. It is a woman problem. Oh, yeah. That's another thing that you see a lot of in old commercials, and I don't have access to any data on it, but just from my gut, I feel like it's only really started to shift in the last 10 years or so, where advertising that targets women is actually like has any empathy towards women instead of just being like, this is what you probably care about, right?
What do I do now?
God, look, that looks up in that That doe-eyed panic. Only somebody would help her.
Help prevent leaks with Loves. Only Loves have leak guard. In the middle for girls, up front for boys.
Yeah, see, there you go.
Somebody's comfy in our new house.
The leak guard is in a different place. It's in a different place. So yeah, again, this like really warm, golden, cozy interior. It's like this white sheet. A purity drenched on.
Should I
A moment of calm and connectedness. Not ruined by this shitting and pissing child.
changed you before you fell asleep? Nah, these pink things don't seem to leak. Wish I was as sure about the roof.
Okay, I was like, what? There's like a pissing sound. Now that might be subliminal. Like, it's safe to piss now.
Should I have changed you before you fell?
I feel like the pitter patter and like combining the pitter patter with like the lullaby. Yeah, it's the sound of piss. And then later they're like, aha, the rain though, it's raining. But it's not. Like, it doesn't look like rain at all. Not even a little bit. This, well, wait, hold on. Okay, never mind. They found a way to like, there's some rain in the window back there, never mind. I don't know what, they needed this golden light though, right? So it's so weird because you have like golden light coming in from one window and then blue rain in the other because they just needed golden hues on our beautiful white family. Mysterious blue fluid is classic from diaper commercials, yeah. It's a sun shower, yeah. The rain symbolizes pissing. This is a very symbolically deep commercial. See, the rain is piss. Amber hues for piss, yeah. Maybe they're saying all of this. Like, it's okay to pee now. You don't have to be afraid of piss.
Wish I was as sure about the roof.
Better on leaks than Loves. Okay. That brand is kind of stupid. But yeah, it's basically saying like, whenever you buy this and put your baby in it, you're loving them. Deluxe. Loves. There's a stupid little ribbon tied around it. Oh, it's a ribbon and it's a belt. It's a belt for the boys. Belt for the homies, because they go out and play football in the mud, and then girls get married and giggle. That's about it. And they change diapers.
You can save a little lost and found. The woods can be so cold and alone, especially for babies who have no home. You can save a little lost and come live with me. They cry real tears.
What? It's a crying doll. They cry real tears. Where's it gonna go from there? Is that... Wow, this is like a... I guess they're really, really, really trying to like make kids feel bad. Excuse me. In the animation, the IRL, yeah. I guess maybe they were also trying to like in one commercial pitch it as a property, because like Cabbage Patch Dolls, I feel like predicated all of that crap. Dolls that piss, shit, and cry. I mean, there were like dolls in the 80s that were mothering dolls. Teach children empathy? Maybe. I think it's to exploit kids' empathy. Yeah, see, like, this is like a 7-year-old being taught how to nurse.
You can dry their real tears and give them their bottles, lost and founds, each sold separately from Galoob.
I always thought that was weird. Why would a baby want a doll about a baby? That's the most like dude making things for girls that subliminal messaging here is to take in stray animals. Yeah, I mean this imagery of them being like cold and alone and this like huddling in a rotten stump. The idyllic mushrooms growing around and stuff. It's just out in the cold. I wonder what the packaging of these looked like, because the packaging had to be like the lost and found. Oh, it's like pound maybe, like pound puppy. Anyway. Let me see if I can find, like, this is the internet, right? Somebody's got to have... Oh, maybe they didn't come in a box. That's a shame. I was kind of hoping that they would, like... They would come in a box that looked like a decrepit forest or whatever, and it's, like, crying at you in the store. So when the kids see it on the shelf, they're like, I have to save it. And then you yell at your parents to buy it for you and throw yourself on the ground and cry. You thrash and kick and throw up on yourself. Then they buy it for you. Yep.
I don't wanna grow up. I'm a Toys R Us kid.
This is weird because we've gone in the ostensibly the same block, gone from an ad from Oat brand to just an ad for toys. So I don't know. I think we moved commercial or moved shows at some point. I guess there was an ad for real Ghostbusters too. If coked out execs had their way, they would develop fake breasts that can be filled with water that comes with some stuffed animal or baby. That's true. Why not? I'm sure that was pitched at some point. That had to have been. I just don't. I think there are parts of America that still stigmatize plastic surgery or cosmetic surgery. I call plastic. Like how these kids are roughhousing inside far too much. Wait, does he have a like? Also, it looks like they're playing basketball, but he's got a football. Also, I think he had a did he have a computer on his desk?
Sold separately from Galoob.
Yeah, he does. What a turd. Man. The, like, bedroom interiors depicted in toy commercials are always so ridiculous. Got a plane hung in the air. He's got a cool lamp. Colorful bedspread. Clean jeans. Oh, no, wait. The hoop's back there, though. Where are you going with that? What are you doing? Maybe there's another hoop. This kid's room is so decked out. He's got 2 mini basketball hoops. And then he just fucking face checks you. This kid is a fucking turd, man. He's not even driving it to the hole. This is cute, though. I'm into this. Little magic show. It's interesting, like, kind of marketing to adults. Although I feel like this is more for the entertainment of kids than to make adults feel okay going and buying toys for themselves. Also, I'm kind of fascinated that, like, does anyone know, and I think I've asked about this before, but does anything know the state of toys today? Are there physical toys that are sold, and what are they? And how do kids play with them? As someone that works in a nursery with babies, they love baby dolls, and it's not a mothering thing. Also, all genders love them. It's not some weird male idea of what female babies want to teach them how to mother. Babies just genuinely love dolls of any kind. There is an element of mothering when they are older, but it's mainly them replicating what we or their parents do with other babies, such as walking a pram and feeding. I see. That makes total sense. I guess to me the differing thing is that those were designed, like their interaction mechanic is mothering. So I guess I get babies liking dolls and finding comfort in them, but the interaction being based around nursing and mothering, I feel like is kind of intense. But I could see it leaning into that. Nerf guns and Legos, okay. Toys R Us had a lot of Pokemon cards. Yeah, cards, okay. Action figures look like garbage, but kids don't care how things look, right? Maybe they do. My sister plays with a lot of toys, a lot of Lego, and still Beyblades have made a comeback. What? Huh. Yeah, there's Lego and stuff. I guess it just meant like toys. Things that have just like 1 or 2 interactable things. Like it does this, a karate chop. I guess that's an action figure. Like, you know.
They got the best for so much less.
This stuff? What the? Whoa, that was added in. That's weird. What is this gross thing? Oh, it was there too. Oh, it's a little cartoon Jeffrey, I guess. And I don't know why I even... Wait, oh, he jumped between the frames. What the heck? That little boing, boing, boing? How strange. Maybe it was just a little... Sometimes I feel like directors of TV commercials will sometimes put in a thing because they're just testing something out for another thing they want to do.
I wanna grow up, 'cause baby, if I did, I couldn't be a Toys R Us kid.
More games, more toys, oh boy! I wanna be
That is really interesting, though. The two insertions of like adults that enjoy toys. I feel like part of that is messaging to parents of like, hey, if you want to connect with your kids or you want to connect with your inner child, maybe come play with a toy. And guess what? Turns out they're the ones who drive the car. So if you can get them on board, or at least soften them to the idea of going and looking at toys or playing with toys. Why is the R in quotes? It's supposed to be an apostrophe, right? On each side, because it's getting rid of the A and the E. You'll never outgrow us. I know it's supposed to be fun and whimsical, but that seems awfully, that seems like a harsh imperative, doesn't it?
Behind the closed doors of Richard Nixon's White House, a private look at the fall of an American president. AT&T presents The Final Days, next.
Oh, Christ. How long until we get, like... Well, I guess the ride's not over. God damn it. But we gotta have a million, like, direct-to-Netflix Trump specials at some point, right?
I don't want to grow up. I'm a Toys R Us kid.
There's a million toys at Toys.
Maybe 3 years off. Yeah, I guess depending on how 2024 goes. Yeah, 2025 exactly. That's when all the
I don't want to grow up. I'm a Toys R Us.
one way or another, all the propaganda will come out. Yeah, now they're just directly showing like parents interacting with their kids around the toys.
It's the biggest toy store there is. I don't want to grow up.
Oh, I was about to say, this train went directly up the ass of some kind of lizard man. I like the legs coming up. It's like, whoa! Once it starts going in there, it's the same kitchen. Yeah, all these interiors, even the exteriors are like, it's very golden hues.
I don't want to grow up.
And monochromatic.
I'm a Toys R Us kid.
There's a million toys at Toys R Us that I can play with.
I don't want to grow up. I'm a Toys R Us kid.
More like animation crossing frames and stuff. This one's a little more elegant than the Jeffrey one.
From bikes to trains to video games, it's the biggest toy store there is. I don't want to grow up, 'cause maybe if I did, I couldn't be a Toys R Us kid.
I guess it's supposed to be all one family? It's not awful marketing for this one. Yeah, it's a pretty... It's a message that I think does have an agenda. I mean, the agenda I think is just trying to open the marketing, open the marketing target, and I think the overall message of that particular one, given that it was sort of flowing around one particular family, is that you will have family accord if only everybody will just play with a toy for a second. So maybe if you have discord or if your family feels fractured and disconnected, I feel like a lot of messaging around the late 80s and 90s was really targeting that of like your family life may not be so great, but maybe this will help you reconnect with your son, daughter, wife, whatever. At some point, everyone just kind of gave up, I think, on even pretending that people had this idyllic family experience.
Come on in. Feel the fluffiest softness ever.
Come on.
I don't want that. I mean, that seems fluffy, but pretty much none of this seems desirable because all of that just that would if any of that happened, I would be so annoyed. If I opened a drawer and towels exploded out like one of those prank snakes. There is still that here in Texas. Oh, what? Messaging that sort of picks it the illusion that families should be good to each other. At some point, the pursuit of the illusion wasn't worth the squeeze anymore. Yeah, 90s was peak divorce rate. Maybe they shot up during quarantine too, didn't they? Okay, that's interesting, Spirits. Another thing that I have to keep in mind too is like I don't even really see much modern advertising because for most of the services I use, I buy like an ad-free tier. So in a weird way, I almost feel like I'm behind. I'm falling behind on my even concept of the zeitgeist. It's been pretty obvious, I think. Like honestly, the most time that I watch like ads is when I'm watching like YouTube TV, VODs of like People's Court and stuff because Steph really likes that show, and I do too. Actually, I really enjoy it. But anyway, that's when I can see the ads for mesothelioma patients and like injury attorneys and stuff. So that's kind of classic. Those never change. But some of the other ones, you know, obviously during quarantine, everything was about quarantine. And certainly during, 2020, the elections had everyone a little frazzled in the United States. So there was a lot of like messaging of like we're disconnected, but we have to keep it together and stuff like that. And largely, I have to admit, there hasn't been a whole lot of like bald, well, that I've seen anyway, a lot of bald exploitation of those feelings. It's just more like people trying to attach their brand to any kind of idea of progressivism and unity, which is, you know, that's not so bad. But now I'm seeing a lot more, and this was sort of expected, a lot more imagery of like, go out and do things. Like this will help you re-experience life kind of stuff. So we're disconnected, but what we can agree on is that you still need to buy shit. Yeah. The whole system falls apart if you stop buying cheap consumer goods.
Come on in.
Anyway, God, the second you open that drawer, you can never close it again.
The fluffiest softness ever.
Brr, look at this. How frustrating. Like, I just crammed this Afghan into this hat box, which is weird, and now it's popping back out. What do I do? I guess that's a good problem to have if you're a granny and you want to wrap your child in a fluffy scarf. Oh, look at that, though. Did you see how happy that child was? He's absolutely smothered in love. Damn. Damn, look at that. Aww. Little granny smooch. Don't you wish you were this child right now? Happy and carefree. Getting all... It's like kind of cold, but you got your mittens on and your little hat. Getting smooched by granny, and she's wearing that like weird old lady perfume, but you still like it. I can't breathe, Grandma. She already gave you a caramel. I was that child. Ah, what a pure feeling. She's even wearing a necklace. Hold on, I gotta examine Gam Gam's wardrobe here.
Softness ever.
Come on.
Yeah, she's like wearing a skirt. But I like how she's like bent over, leading with that scarf. She's like, I'm gonna get you. Yeah, she's wearing a nice little getup here. Got some pockets. She got the collars. She got the like short sleeves so that she can cook and like tend to the garden.
Downy rinses in the most softness of any fabric softener. You can see.
Downy rinses in the most softness. Wait, I already have one up? Okay, yeah, right. Hold on a second. I like when he rinses in the most softness. Imagine being the writer. Okay, it's the 80s. I am the writer for this stupid commercial. Okay, Downy. It's soft. It makes clothes soft. Okay, we're spitballing. We're working on it. Jeez. Where do we go from here? Here we go. It softens your clothes. Not good enough. Like, it softens your clothes. Needs to be more active. Downy has to get in there. Downy soft blasts your clothes with freshness. Too aggressive. Too aggressive. Downy dribbles softness into your... No. Bad connotation there. What? You use it during the rinse cycle, right? How about that? Downy, soft, rinse, softens your rinseness. No. It's not working either. And softens is perfectly cromulent. How long could it have taken? And how much did that person get paid for that? Sometimes I think about that. Somebody wrote this commercial and they got paid for it. They had to write 30 seconds of dialogue, 5 sentences that like probably got tossed around by Downy executives or Procter & Gamble or whatever. But like coming up with that copy couldn't have taken more than a day, right? Well, maybe not. Maybe it's like you work on it for 20 minutes and you send off a draft and then you just sit around your house.
See the difference. April Fresh Downy softens best.
April Fresh. April's not really fresh everywhere.
Liquid and dryer sheets.
What's up? What's up, dopamine?
Drop into your home with $1,000 worth of Hasbro toys. Just enter the Downey Ivory Night Before Christmas sweepstakes. 10 grand prize winners.
So that's weird. Santa's supposed to come in with toys, but he was only carrying cleaning products in his sack, which is kind of lame for Santa. So
Santa could drop into your home.
Like how so Santa's floating, and then he's like, "Whoa, shit!" I guess Santa magic means he can open your house like a trash can. Comes on down. Oh no, wait. Okay, we got toys flying out of there. What we got? Like a train, space shuttle, a weird doll. Is that? What the hell?
Just enter the Downey.
I mean, those are all pretty good. Those are all pretty good toys, I guess.
Prize winners details after
Clown? May have been a clown.
Come on, you better hurry up. Come on, you better hurry up.
It's here. Walt Disney's masterpiece, Bambi, now on video cassette. And Crest is proud to help make it yours.
Hello, Bambi. Hello, Bambi.
When you buy any two Crests and Bambi on video cassette,
Some like Disney animateds are weird because at a certain point they started using literal kids for their voices and they kind of never went back for a long time. I was like, yeah, kids respond to the voices of other kids, huh?
you'll not only get back $3, you'll
Oh, shift? Is that like 5 frames? Oh, it's playback speed? Eh.
love and excitement.
Maybe.
It's an offer from Crest that'll make everybody smile.
That's a weird partnership. Disney got up to some weird shit in the 80s. Toothpaste and Bambi. I guess it's just like spread your branding around the grocery store. Jeez. Oh, that kid's having a good time. That kid's having a great time. I want to see this family. This family was pretty stocked.
Bambi. Hello, Bambi.
When you buy any love,
There was like a whole shot, right?
it's
I think is it way at the beginning? There it is. Oh, they got the neighborhood kids over. Okay. Oh, man. I can't think of a single time once that as a child in a group with any other kids, I watched a movie with adults. Like, watching Bambi was always what happened when any adult in the room didn't want to deal with any kid. So, like, group watching a movie, these two would, be trying to quietly have sex upstairs. That's the whole point. So this imagery is bizarre. I guess maybe they're trying to, maybe that's just Disney stuff, of like, you will actually connect with your kids around this movie. My family did that? Like, watched movies together? Quietly turned Bambi to the max? Yeah. They won't be hearing much else when that gunshot goes off. You gotta time it out. Being a parent in the 80s, or in the 80s VHS. Being a parent in the 80s meant you had to come exactly when Bambi's mom got shot. Otherwise, you might scar your kids. They might find out about sex too early. So, when you're sticking it to your wife, you gotta really lean in. These are the tribulations of being an 80s parent. Your kid might piss and shit in the middle of the bank. And then you never have time to make love to your wife, your husband. But like if you're a second late in the following silence, you're walking on the razor's edge for sure. Oh yeah, you could time it with Thumper's thumping. That's true. Maybe there were couples that had like a whole foreplay routine timed out exactly to the sequences in Bambi on VHS, because that's like the only movie they had.
Matchbox super fast. And the ultimate challenge. You build them super fast.
Matchbox super fast.
You cut
customize them to compete. You pick the power.
Matchbox super fast.
Wow! Which will win, slicks or knobbies? Now you race in the ultimate challenge.
Matchbox super fast.
Matchbox Superfast Machine's ultimate challenge. Batteries not included. You put it together.
You put it together. Is there any way to put it together other than... I guess you can swap... Let's see here. Yeah, I guess you can, like... These 3 parts go in these gaps, I guess. Well, there's one of these, too. So you have, like, 4 straights, one of which is a crossover, and 4 corners, and that's it. Should be an X. This one right here, right? All these decals. Man, it looks so good in the commercial, but that's going to look like... It's like it's stamped plastic, but it's like extra shiny. There's no... Maybe it is extra shiny. That'd be nice.
In the ultimate challenge. Matchbox Super...
There is a magic to, like, toy photography and toy cinematography to make it look so much cooler than just some plastic crud thrown in a box, which is what I'm sure it ended up looking like. Probably track sold separately? Yeah, probably. It doesn't seem like it's meant to, like... And it doesn't seem like it's meant to make, like, a whole crazy Hot Wheels thing. This is Matchbox, after all. Yeah, stopwatch not included.
Ultimate challenge.
It's interesting, though, that like, the ad specifically speaks to the sort of tuner experience, which is change all the parts around in the car, time the lap, and then try something else and see what's fastest. It's kind of interesting. And then, you know, the song is also just like, I'm so fast! Which is weird because the animation, or the film of it actually seems kind of slow. The car's, like, bumbling down the track, because if it was actually going, like, full speed, it would probably not look as cool. Oh, different models for the ads, yeah. Oh, the same people that do food commercials? That makes sense. Because, man, food photography is so good. I love every time, occasionally these clips will make the rounds on social media of, like, this is the rig setup that they have to use to capture this footage of, like, Coca-Cola splashing into a glass at just the right angle. I love that shit. Man, I love seeing, like... I love seeing with constraints, because my understanding is that you're not allowed to simulate imagery of food. Is that with constraint, what people do to accomplish cool stuff. Man, it's so good. Fast food photos can make literal trash look like a fucking feast. Yeah. With that, like, nice lighting. It all pays into the same, like... It's the same type of infatuation I have with pornographic depictions of food in video games. Same thing. Because, like... In a game engine, you can tweak the lighting, you can tweak the textures, you can make it from the ground up to look however you want. So in the same way that, like, a cinematographer will infuse this, like, love of food and of warmth and happiness and sustenance and size and all these aspects into the food just through the imagery they create, the same thing happens in, like, Final Fantasy 15, except it doesn't have the agenda of trying to sell you processed trash food. It's selling me an attack buff, and I like that. Whiskey Alien, thank you for the sub. I can't get enough of that. I remember when I was a kid, there was, like, a photography book that I was looking through, and I happened to pop upon this just, like, beautifully lit photo of just candy. And candy is so colorful in itself, and it's, like, it's got all the textures, it's got all the like, wrappers, it's all designed to be very eye-catching and joyful. And this photo was just so beautiful and, like, and colorful and vibrant and well-lit. I just stared at it for, like, a solid 10 minutes. Letting my eyes sort of wander over it and see all the, like, details that the photo was able to collect. Love doing that stuff with food. Even if it's, like you said, even if it's a fast food photograph of some garbage. Oh, Miyazaki? Yeah, I actually just went to a Miyazaki exhibit. Unfortunately, food wasn't a big part of it, which would have been great. And now, but it was still a very good exhibit. Now I'm a little disappointed there wasn't more food in it, but a lot of environments, a lot of backgrounds, because good God, it's Miyazaki. A lot of like the original prints for the backgrounds for Nausicaa and stuff like that. Ugh, gave me chills looking at it. It's so cool. Oh yeah, Raptor, I have played Hot Wheels Unleashed. It's a fantastic game. I had a great time. My dad was actually a photo layout director for a long time. It was cool to go visit sets. Oh, that's awesome. There's almost something dollhousey about a set. Well, I mean, there's something very literally dollhousey, but, like, the fact that the camera dictates everything, and, like, it's just this cone, and everything matters in this cone, and everything outside of it only matters if it matters what's in the cone. So you make this, like, tiny slice of perfection that you can grab with a camera, and that's it. Just creating that one moment, that single second.
Batteries not included. You put it together. Friday.
You kids, stay off our planet.
They're back.
There's traffic everywhere.
Full house. Then.
Imagine they're back. And it's just Dave Coulier making two goofy voices. That wouldn't, like today, like imagine that that's the first 2 seconds of a YouTube video. Actually, I take it back. I was going to say that wouldn't hook anybody, but that's basically what influencers do, right? If you make goofy voices and like be really loud and crazy in the first couple of seconds, yeah, that'll keep people around. I take it back. They knew what they were doing. Although Family Matters is the GOAT.
Every kid's first word always mama.
Not Eddie. His first word was, huh?
It's Family Matters.
See, that's an actual joke. Pretty good dunk. And pretty good delivery, too. I think Family Matters might have been my favorite sitcom growing up. I'm trying to think. There were a couple of special episodes of Boy Meets World that were all right.
Think about this. You can't sweep a man off his feet.
Oh, Jesus. Okay, so we've already got... Look at this closed-in lighting. It's like very, very intimate lighting. Bamboo mirror. She got some pearls, so you know she's classy. She's got did-up 80s hair. She's fixing her earrings, and she's telling you a thing or two about men. Dunk before time? Thank you for the sub. Looks ominous as fuck. Well, she's being... It's like femme fatale. She's supposed to be dangerous a little bit. Like, she might play with you. She knows how to manipulate.
You can't sweep a man off his feet if you're dead on yours. So you better make sure you're not.
Oh, that turnaround. She's the knockout all of us want to be, so we need to buy these ergonomic shoes. Got a little bow on them. That's cute. Could do with a wider like heel, but it's like it's almost getting to flat territory, or maybe that is a flat. The logo though, Naturalizer. Yeah, it seems the logo seems like it should have been a Sylvester Stallone movie. He's the Naturalizer. Oh, they were pretty comfy back when you still wore heels. Still though, the lens of it all, right?
So you
it's not her being like, ladies, don't your feet just fucking hurt? Aren't you tired of this shit? Buy some shoes that don't kill you. No, it's an elegant lady who can take it, right? She knows how to navigate the world. She's found her femininity, and she's sort of like giving you tips to come up to her level of being a bombshell knockout man trap. Because that's the couching of it all. If you want to catch a man, you can't be out on your feet. So it's, I guess, messaging to single women, clearly. And this is the lady that you should aspire to be. A droopy-eyed blonde who is elegant.
Make sure you're not.
That coy little wink, or the little eyebrow wiggle, too. Boing. She knows. She knows. Just enough eye contact. Just enough eye contact. They're supposed to be bougie and ritzy, but they're like flight attendant work for 14 hours standing shoes. I mean, people who work on their feet for 14 hours deserve a little bougie ritzy style. But yeah, that the mixture of image that's sold plus to reality is always real fun to see.
I never thought I'd write to a car company thanking them for the way they built a car.
Wait a minute. Why is this letter and picture discarded on the ground?
I never thought I'd write to a car company thanking them for the way they built a car.
Maybe the end of the commercial will make the narrative clear.
But here it is.
Considering the potential for harm when a car and semi collide, we were lucky to walk away.
I've been thrilled with my Volvo. Now, I'm thankful.
All we lost was our $250 deductible. We could have lost a lot more.
Can your car company offer these incredible savings? Volvo.
I like that line. Can your car company offer these incredible savings? They're like saving lives. I feel like it's almost too clever. It doesn't really, you're like, because why are these all in the street? Yeah, does Volvo they just package up all of their letters and throw them in the street? Also, the opening sting is really interesting because it makes it sound like something very bad has just happened. And then you see like pavement. And then you see an image of a car wreck. And then it like twists it on you. Then the music kind of turns a little more like happy and businessy and active to represent the legions of engineers who have designed their cars to not crumple and turn you into red paste. But like,
I never thought
there is that kind of like harmonic lead in though. It's a pretty down like dung, but then it immediately kind of turns up. The music does. Hey, back from work. Welcome back, Ferret King. Yeah, that first ding makes it sound like a car crash just happened. That was like my immediate takeaway. The light shining on a manhole cover, but it's just yeah. Volvo just tossed them all out into the street. It is interesting too. There's no mention of family. Usually, when a car talks about how safe it is, it's usually like, here's a photo of my like 18 2-year-old kids, all of whom are very adorable and very much alive thanks to your car. It's just individuals and like couples being like, "Hey, we're alive, thanks." So that's kind of interesting. Even if it's not trying to talk directly to families, usually there's some kind of like imagery of a angelic child being protected by this car.
Savings, Volvo, a car you can believe in.
Oh, letters were written to the loved ones. Yeah, why we tossed them out. That was one potential interpretation, is that on this street there could have been death, but instead there's a letter thanking Volvo for saving a life. So instead of a dead body, there's a nice picture of a broken car. I don't know. Weird commercial. I'm not sure what the intent was. It was pretty literal though.
Unlike other copier companies,
look at this. Are we supposed to think this guy is smug or friendly? What are these expressions? So hold on. So it kind of fades in on a somewhat neutral expression. He immediately goes to like it's like surprise. It's like you just tried some new food and you weren't sure about it, but you think you like it. That's kind of what this face is. Is like, I'm hesitant, but this is good so far. A salesman recognizing a new mark. Red beardy, yeah, I think that's it. I think you've nailed it. It's a white man greeting in the street like, yeah, it could be anything. Looks smug. It does look a little smug. I think we're not meant to like this person. And then he settles into this like, what I read is kind of a fake smile.
Like other copier companies at Meter, we only have
there you go.
one thing on our mind.
Wait, no, this is the guy we do want, because he only cares about copying. Okay, so now I guess the look at the beginning of the commercial was supposed to be like, this is going to be pretty wacky, but here we go. I think that's what that is. Which is silly because when you're watching the commercial, you don't know that when it starts.
Meter, all we make are great copiers. Call 1-800-ABC-METER.
Yeah, I guess this is just supposed to... It's weird because the commercial is like, at Meta, we only care about copiers. But the commercial is very whimsical, which implies that they care about goofy commercials and copiers. So, never heard of Meta? There might be a reason for that. Oh, I Meta documents all the time.
Meter, all we make are great copiers.
He's kind of got a Mr. Bean face.
Meter.
He's got the thin lips and like the big eyebrows. So that, again, that yellow light, like golden yellow light.
Meter.
Good face acting. Yeah, that's pretty much all they've got. Oh, hell yeah! Is this batteries not included?
A new dimension is coming.
Shockingly charming movie.
Lets man and machine
Never mind, I got tricked.
Logically, presenting the Explorer, an extraordinary home computer designed to let you follow the on-screen graphic instructions.
That rules. I guess they're just aping Close Encounters of the Third Kind.
Contact is about to be made.
Contact is about to be made. I guess there's some significant crossover there. If you were into computers in the late 80s, you were probably also a science fiction dork. Yeah, also that is a thick alien.
Lets man and machine communicate logically.
That look at that stance. FedEx is here. His knees are kind of buckled in. I don't know that the proportions are really funky here.
Indicate logically. Presenting the Explorer, an extraordinary home computer designed.
Yeah, he's like leaning forward. Wait, hold on. His ass wiggles. See that? What's this all about? How does that happen? Maybe the wind caught it or something? Oh, and it's like flying up again at the end here too. His cake is opening up. That's where all the games are.
Graphic instructions, so word processing, filing, and calculating.
Oh, Spaghetti, thank you for the cheer. This is reminding me of my favorite college elective, a media class where the professor had us examine old media to include Shakespearean English works and identify proto robots within them. Huh. Like automatons or people deficient in like emotions or empathy. It's interesting to see how cultural representations can evolve, especially when old art or pop culture seemingly make allusions to concepts that did not exist at the time. Yeah, absolutely. Oh man, that is a big dumper emote. My first PC had this monitor. Did it have this specific one? What does that say? Head Start?
Are as easy as ABC. The Explorer, built to be compatible with us and them.
Is that a... Am I supposed to know who that is? Was that like a big reveal or something? And them.
Them.
Them. I love how butts are okay. Butts are okay on Twitch for emotes. As long as they're not... Like, it's the one thing you can just kind of depict. Is it actually Butterbean? Maybe it is. Costume has mom made their Halloween costumes this year vibes. Yeah. Parents definitely helped in the costume competition. Built to be compatible with you. Cool. All right, I'm going to step away for a second, use the restroom, and I'll be back. You guys in a bit. All right, guess what? We skipped up. We skipped up a decade. Now it's 90s.
Hi, you're watching Comedy Central's Turkey Day Marathon, so loosen your belts. There's more Turkey Day coming your way.
Guess it's Mystery Science Theater and Adam West, because everyone loves Adam West. Relevant to the time frame, Mel Brooks is making a History of the World TV show. What? That'll be interesting. Huh. Whatever happened to the old naming convention on 90s and aughts movies where they would say blank 2000? Is 2000 such a round number and we made it? 2 millennia. How exciting. I don't think we're going to be around for everything being named 3000 though.
All right, first, facts. What do you make of that?
Was gibt es hier?
With CD-ROM, Message Center, integrated television, and speakerphone.
CD-ROM, integrated television, speakerphone. Wait, what else was in there? Look at this deck. Look at it. This tower of a machine. Fucking monument to engineering. What a beast. This, and also the depiction of like kids and teens using it. It's like, your kids can learn on it. It's okay to pay $1,500. Also this like imagery of the entire world that you'll be able to reach out and like connect to. My first fax. Fax? They don't say fax. Fax. Hold on. Fax? Maybe like a more of an EH? Fax. How does an Australian person say fax? Fax. Where? Australian slang. Ah, bullshit. How is this not the first result? I know, Snack Packet. That would be feeks. Fix? Fix. Just call it Pilana. Not worth bothering her about. I'll ask her next time I see her.
All right, first, facts.
X. He's got a little more A on it. Yeah, he's got a little more A on it. Maybe I was overdoing it.
First, facts.
X. That's okay. There's a little bit of an There's a little bit of an in there, but call it a deck as a Snow Crash reference. More of a Neuromancer reference. Yeah, basically. Also, because it's like that's when people use that word to talk about computers, or it started to like that vision of cyberpunk started to break around. I'm gonna guess mid to late 90s if they're selling PCs like that. Sure You King, thank you for that. Whoa, 48 months, dude, 4 years. Holy shit, thank you very much. What's good, Globetrotter? I don't know, I've been stationary for a while, and I'm finally getting my diet back on track, which is good. Pounds are starting to come off. Takes a while, though. Fix.
Was gibt es hier? With CD-ROM, Message Center.
CD-ROM. Message Center.
Integrated television and...
Integrated television.
Speakerphone. Is powerful enough to run a small business.
Hello?
Hi, Adam. It's Mom. Where's Dad?
He's watching TV.
And simple enough to expand a child's horizons.
What are you
That's sick.
doing?
Going to fax.
Oh, really?
Okay, so the kid sent it. That is an interesting idea to plant into a potential parent's head. Wouldn't you be worried if your child could fire off whatever they wanted to write directly to Hong Kong and Australia? Does that count as long distance? Yes. Oh, that reminds me of the Collect Call commercial. What is it? We Otta Baby Eats a Boy? Pretty clever. Pretty clever. Okay, so now I want to analyze this 90s library. There's bookshelves everywhere. There's like a giant wooden desk. This is like a home work room or something like that. Remember when people had rooms for shit that they just never did? Like, oh, here's my study. Yeah, right. Yeah, right, dude.
Television and speakerphone. The compact
Let's not pretend that you don't spend 80% of your life on one couch watching one TV. What's the specs on that bad boy? Integrated message center, CD-ROM, speakerphone. One other thing I'm forgetting. The compact Presario, whatever this is. It's got a CD-ROM drive. It's got a 3.5 inch. Is that a 2-button mouse? Nice. 2 lamps. Look at this shot symmetry though, huh? Look at that. And the like shapes. Get some, the light sources come from triangles, and then, like these are orange, but the computer is blue. And it's like hit with this backlight, so it really pops against the like orange background. It's like nice and out of focus. Also, this, I feel like if you really wanted to read into it, it's like, this shit is important now. Fuck all these books. That was the past. This is a book now. Don't spend, like, what? No, this room is about this now. Which it's, they were right. But I feel like that imagery is what they're trying to plant. Like, don't get your kid fucking encyclopedias. Are you an idiot? Buy a PC so they can... Wouldn't it be cool to make friends with just some rando in Australia just because your kid faxed them? Like, yeah, this is Ronnie. He drinks a lot of beer. My kid faxed him one day, so now we hang out. That'd be a fun story. Yeah, floppy disk drive. Good to see you, Pop-Tart. Okay, now right away though, an exterior that is white, or at least way more blue than it was in the 80s. But this is a photography commercial, so probably has a lot to do with it. Is that a CD-ROM or 5 1/4? It's both. Both. Compact get you covered. Well, it's not 5 1/4. It's 3 1/2. 3.5. 3.5. Yeah. It's not the big floppy fucker. It's the tiny fucker that's not floppy. The save icon and then CD. Yeah, so damn advanced. The speakers are built in. They're just clamped on like that. I did have clamp-on speakers at one point. They came with like these adhesive little clips, and I could stick them to the side of my monitor. All right, photography.
We remember our lives in pictures, but the parts.
There's no fucking way. Like, it's even forward flash. There's no fucking way that this photo was taken with whatever they're about to show you. In the 90s? Are you kidding me? It's like backlit and foreground lit? At sundown? Please.
Stretches of life we too easily forget. Presenting the Nikon Light Touch Zoom.
Like faded to black. They're like, your child will die. Take photos. And then it explodes into white, which is, I guess, meant to represent the flashing of a bulb. So that you associate, like, getting blasted in the face with light as immortalizing your child. Also, again, this interior, it's a bit yellow, I suppose, but, like, it's so much more bright. It's not this, like, cozy, dark interior next to keys and pearls. So this is for the mom that has to drive, but is still elegant and drinks coffee or tea. Yeah, always random pearls. It's the vision of feminine elegance. But yeah, the keys are, I think, a really interesting and important touch. Like a working mom. That stuff started happening in the 90s. Two working parents. Because the U.S. found more labor and decided to exploit it.
35mm autofocus zoom. You will take more pictures.
Look at all of these photos. You know what? Now that I realize, although, geez, these are good photos. Of course they are. It's for a fucking camera. The narrative of the beginning too is it's all a kid who's young, you know, and then it stops, right?
Remember our lives in pictures.
Well, I guess it's not that one, but
the parts in between those pictures, long stretches of life.
We remember our life in pictures, but what about the parts in between those pictures? Stretches of life you forget, may as well be dead. Take more photos to immortalize your life. And then it shows like more life moments. And I guess the premise is that this is a point and shoot that will give you photos like this.
And perfect. Nikon, we take the world's greatest pictures, yours.
That's a pretty good logo. It's a pretty good logo. Nikon's like, take photos, everyone's gonna die. Yeah. That would work on me. It pulls at the most like fundamentally scary thought. You know, you could die. Or that you can forget things, and that might be worse. That you live these experiences, but you can't savor them anymore because they've fallen out of your head. And at that point, they cease to exist. I feel like a lot of people's memories before the internet are from pictures they attach their memories to. Yeah, one thing I've wondered about is the ever-presence of memories means that I don't really spend any time going through them. I don't really go through past photos or anything like that. Because I feel like I never happen across some old photos in a that was always how it happened before, is I'd be cleaning some shit out and I'd find some old photos and be like, oh damn. Time to travel down memory lane. But that never really happens. I guess maybe if my phone says, hey, you have too many photos, I should make some time to do that now that I think about it. Bit of an odd question, but have you seen the Golden Gay Time ad from the 80s? It's hard to have a gay time on your own. I can't say that I have. That sounds wonderful, though.
You know what I hate, man? When you go to see the big gold Buddha, and you pick the leaf with the virus on it.
Soon the world will be divided into two groups.
Infected to brave. What?
Those who've experienced Burn Cycle, the ultimate cinematic adventure game.
Must be one hell of a virus.
And those who think the first group is just strange. Burn Cycle, it's not just a game, it's an infection. Only on CDI. Now get Burn Cycle free when you get into CDI.
When you get into CDI. Holy shit. So, a lot going on there, but, I mean, even the cover. So, I've referenced this before, and I brought it up, so it was actually pretty topical. Let's see here. Kind of brought this up when people saw the logo. This super sweet game. Omicron, the Nomad Soul. Alright. So, this font is outrageous. It's like, it's all scratched. And it's meant to look like somebody scratched it into like a wall or something, but it's like it's crazy font, right? It seems insane. There was such a window in like the mid to late 90s of game marketing that the whole message was that this game is so rad, it'll freak you out. You'll just get so freaked out that you'll go literally insane. You'll go gibbering, outrageously mad insane. And this commercial is very literal about that message because there's someone on a bus who's like a cool Kurt Cobain knockoff wannabe, who is the very vision, I guess, of a Gen X cool dude, who is being quirky and weird and wearing overalls under a corduroy jacket. This is a really good freeze frame that actually says a lot about the 3DO. This is like gripping his suitcase. Oh, jeez. It's Billy Cobain. Yeah, Bert Cobain. Oh, goddamn. Yeah, Daikatana marketing. Yes. The whole Gen X versus older gen mentality. Yeah. Because cool Gen X people are the ones who get video games, and especially get tech advanced video games like this wicked sick FMV cyberpunk game, which I still want to play on Cyber Sunday one day. I have never played Burn Cycle before.
The leave with the virus on it.
Soon the world will be divided into two groups.
Infected hope brave. What?
Those who've experienced Burn Cycle, the ultimate cinematic adventure game.
Must be one hell of a virus.
And those who think the first group is just strange.
You're just too extreme. And then like the cover also has a dude who is getting brain blasted by the extremity of the game. I mean, look at that font. It's kind of ahead of the time, I guess, imagery wise. It reminds me of a lot of the what was the design collective that did a lot of the artwork for Wipeout? There's like a London-based art collective. Designers Republic. There we go. So it actually reminds me of a lot of the work that they did. I don't know what they do, like what they do now. For me, my only association with them is largely Wipeout and all the like really cool advanced logo work and stuff they did. God, I've never really seen anything that really gels with that. There's like shades of Y2K in there with like how wide and blocky the font is. Maybe like, no, I guess it has dashes of like 60s mod in there too. Yeah, like the cool version of 70s, which, yeah, you gotta dig kind of deep. I'm not a big fan of the aesthetics of the 70s. Anyway.
It's not just a game.
I guess it was around the same time.
Only on CDI. Now get Burn Cycle free when you...
That font looks like it's from the 2000s. Yeah, it's aesthetically, that logo design is a little bit ahead of its time. Kind of interesting. Oh, look at that! So, definitely saw in the 80s car ad that they really like using this fucking font, and I don't know why. This like very serifed font. I speculate that it's meant to look like a magazine spread ad, because that's the same fonts, serif fonts that like Time magazine use. So this is kind of neat though, flexing on it a little bit. Got that 90s CGI. It's like driving through the magazine ad.
Dakota Sport V6 has more.
Oh, look at that shot.
Power. More shoulder room. More hip room. And more cargo room than a comparable Ford Ranger or Chevy S10. But you don't have to put everything you've got into it.
This is pretty clean. Yeah, word art.
V6. A little bigger, a lot better.
It's interesting too, because they don't really list any actual features of the car. Just that you can put stuff in the back and it's cheap. Seems like it's a bit more of an image play, and probably a pretty cheap shoot. But like the kind of the quirky music, it's meant to like there's a sensibility about the Gen X generation that had disposable income, of like not really having a direction thing, but just kind of being okay with sort of floating along, like that kind of like passable quirkiness that seems so evident in music like this.
Dakota Sport V6 has more horsepower, more shoulder room, more hip room.
Sick word art though.
A lot.
And it's like kind of tilted. Like it's like kind of implying, I guess, that the truck has power and can drive up an incline. But it's also, I think, it's like things are just a little bit skewed, man. Like times are weird, right? I think that's the idea. I'm trying to play into getting that. Well, that's like 3D.
Truck stop, the new Dodge.
Look at that. Good job. Oh man, I can't wait to see how cozy and warm this interior is going to be once they get out of this crisp 90s cold. Is this for soup? It's got to be for soup, right? 90s just love Dutch angles. Yeah? I'll have to keep an eye out for that. No, it's car? It's gotta be car.
This
Soup.
holiday season, remember to stock up on the absolute necessities.
They keep showing the car logo though. Oh damn, I got swept.
You might also want to pick up some food. There are over 9,000
So cozy. Look at this. You got a nice warm drink.
ways to make tonight a blockbuster night.
Bambi on VHS. It's a Bambi on VHS kind of night. But yeah, that's just like, it's fucking cold outside. Why would you go outside? The imagery of like
Season. Remember to stop.
Oh, is this a neighbor like shoveling his? Yeah, and he gets to watch you jump out of your SUV and be a badass.
Stock up on the absolute necessities.
I guess you've already shoveled your. Oh, damn! It's just a Blockbuster logo. Okay. Also, that prominent logo placement. That stupid little plastic bag. Damn it! I don't know. In retrospect, there's a lot that's annoying about this commercial. Giant SUV. I mean, he is in a snowy area, so okay, fine. But like, fucking plastic, man. Why is plastic everywhere? I mean, I know why, but still. It's just like such. Daughter is like wearing a dress, waiting around for her parent to come home. Just being wistful. I like that shot of all the snow packed up on like a swing. It's like that you can't go outside, there's nothing to do.
Necessities.
Working there was so cash money, 5 free game rentals and 10 free movie rentals. Like every month or every week.
Over 9,000 ways to make tonight a blockbuster night.
That's interesting that they say pick up food as well. Because Blockbuster doesn't sell food. Maybe it's just this, like, they're selling this package to, or planting the seed in your head that's when it's really effing cold. An easy way to like, come home to a happy family is to bring home food and a movie. Candy and popcorn? I guess there's that, yeah. They sold snacks. Yeah, but I guess the way... didn't say snacks, he just said food.
Some food. They're over. And while you're out, you might also want to pick up some food.
I don't know if they're implying that you should buy snacks from Blockbuster there. I mean, maybe, probably, but I think maybe that line is to try to make it sound more like here's a friend giving you some friendly advice. Like you've got a homie who is also a dad and like just giving you some dad advice, just sharing some dad tips. That's kind of what it feels like.
There are over 9,000 ways to make tonight a blockbuster night.
Yeah, get the essentials, Blockbuster, and food. Why not?
But the best cheese comes from the moon. Get a belly full of intergalactic...
Just speculating.
...away with Mystery Science Theater 3000.
Does the devil lose its flavor on the bedpost overnight?
Don't deny your palate the best tastingest cheese on TV. Enjoy Mystery Science Theater 3000. Watch a new episode Saturday night at 7 here at Comedy Central. What the hell is going on here?
I have to, it's Penn Jillette. You do have to appreciate, I have to appreciate that at least, I guess in this era of Comedy Central bumpers, they just tried to tell some dumb jokes. Like, I don't know. There's something about that bumper that was like, no one's trying too hard. And that feels nice. I don't know. I don't know what that means, but...
Ronald Reagan. Some stuff to remember from Comedy Central. John Hinckley is not your pen pal. Ron Jr. is heterosexual. The woman with the big head is your wife. You call her Mommy. Good luck, and remember... well, never mind.
So they would just straight up, like, run joke segments? Comedy Central. That's kind of neat. Oops.
Radio Shack. Can we talk? I guess. Your wife wants to know what you want for Christmas. She does? Yep. So when she asks us, we can tell her something like this, or something like this personal color TV from Radio Shack.
Oh, gee, I don't know.
Come on, Frank. It's okay. Now take your time.
All right, let me smell the TV.
Oh,
yeah.
Good one, Frank.
That was a good one, Frank. Frank's follow-up laugh was like the perfect accent to a joke like that. Frank's an all-timer. I like Frank. I'd hang out with Frank. Yeah, just boys being boys on their lunch break. Man, look at this tech though.
Yes, men want it.
Was that like a wireless radio headset?
Smell the TV. Oh, yeah.
I need to hear it again.
All right, let me smell the TV. Oh, yeah.
That's the sound I make if I can ever land a D's nuts on somebody. That's the exact sound. Jeez.
All right, let me smell the TV. Oh, yeah.
Good one, Frank.
Yes, men want a Radio Shack. You've got questions?
Boombox. What was that? A PDA?
Radio Shack.
Yeah.
You've got questions? We've got answers.
Remember Anti-Shock Discman? Never worked, always skipped. Yeah, I had one that worked. I mean, it had like a buffer that it would read audio into and then play it out of that. And so it would show you when it was like losing read ahead, but it used more battery to power that. So I usually just turned it off.
The temper.
Because like, what batteries could make it through like what, 3 CDs maybe? I'm trying to remember how long batteries last, and it wasn't that long. It was like maybe 5 CDs.
Temperature of your mouth, a steamy 98.6 degrees. The temperature of a winter.
Oh, we can compare gum commercials.
Fresh mouth.
She did it! She did the thing! And she managed to not look like she was about to sexually assault somebody. Women are pretty good at that. And she like didn't like brush it in with the side of her. She like used actually her finger like a normal person with normal motor skills. I do like the bang, the eyes opening, like she's taking the flavor rush. Whoosh. And then immediately tucks it away. So delicate. Bang. It's gone. Cute little lung tuck. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. Backwards is terrifying? What do you mean? Hold on, I just gotta get rid of something. Here you go. Would you like a stick of gum? Let me just slide that back in the package for you. Wraps it.
Temperature of a winter fresh mouth.
Damn. Just what a good gum insertion take. That's how gum is made. Yeah. We all hail the gum mother who produces all gum. That smirky smile. Yeah, look at her. That Andy McDowell vision of a quirky lady. Also, this denim boonie hat with overalls. Goodness. Nice little boat neck white tee. Plaid vest over white shirt. Yeah, this is very 90s. Although, to this commercial's credit so far, it hasn't. It's like it's been ladies just enjoying gum, just because sometimes ladies like gum.
Introducing new winter fresh gum from Wrigley's.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That lasts and lasts.
This drum kit is losing it.
Wait for your reaction. Try new winter fresh gum for icy cool breath that lasts.
I do like. I've always thought it was really smart to tie the consumption of a product, this like vague implication. I don't know what I was looking for. Implication that it will elicit some unavoidable physical reaction from you, and in that way, it almost becomes like a dare. Like if you chew this gum, are you gonna shiver? Probably not. But all we have to do is sell a pack of gum. So the dude like putting in his gum and being like, ugh. Like that's really cool to plant that in people. Well, cool. I think it's really effective to plant that idea in people's heads.
New winter fresh gum from Wrigley's.
Also, it's not quite so much about Americana anymore as it is about selling the emotion. Well, I guess it's a different gum brand. I don't know if this is from Wrigley's. I wasn't paying attention. Also, that same kind of like magazine font, except now we can do outer glow. Isn't that sick? Guys, check this out. Photoshop just updated with this new thing. I don't know what font that is. That's a weird font. Second. See you. Pictures of me as Venom. Okay, so it's not Times New Roman. The fuck is that? I never look for serif fonts anyway. Can I? Fuck, I'll just go with this. God damn it. There. One thing that is a little bit annoying is like, I don't think you can eyedropper. I don't think you can eyedropper outside of Photoshop, which is annoying. Oops. There are like Windows plugins that let you do that, but I just haven't reinstalled it. Oop! The round. Now, okay, now here's where the magic happens. Alright? Here's where it all takes off. Drop a little cool here. But that doesn't look very cool, does it? I want this like breezy. Oh, it's way bigger too. I want this like breezy, frosty look. So you go over here, give this baby a little outer glow. Change color of that outer glow, make it a normal outer glow. Zoop, and then I got one of these things. And then, all right, here's the money shot. Take that text. I guess you could just turn it off. Nope, you can't. Never mind. Take that text. Get the same color as the background. Oh, look at how cool that is. See, those O's are like italicized and a little more squished. That's how you make I see cool flavor. And then looks like the way it's like fading in, I think, of opacity. Yeah. And then if this were Premiere, you would keyframe your opacity so it's like, oh, cool, fading in. Is it Koopy flavor? I wouldn't associate Koopy with cool. Hey, what's up, 80 Monk?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That lasts. And lasts. And lasts. We can't wait for your reaction.
So there was a lot of depictions of couples, which, you know, gum, makes sense, for dates.
Try new Winter Fresh gum for icy cool breath.
But that was a dad?
For icy Winter Fresh dad.
But like a pretty cool dad. Pretty hot dad. Look at that hot dad. Got a head full of hair in good shape. Like, not dressed like a turd. I mean, kinda, though. The layer's a little weird, but...
Try new Winter...
Last innuendo? Could be. Especially if you're, like... If you're pitching it to couples going on dates and stuff. I have to say it's weird that it's lowercase. Yeah, there was a lot of... Like, people got pretty wacky with caps and stuff in the 90s.
Fresh gum.
There was a lot of, like...
That lasts.
It's icy cool. Intercapped. Lasts. Italicized. There was a lot of like weird, like people started getting really wacky with logos and capitalizations and stuff. I think there was a motivation to appear different in counterculture, but that motion itself didn't really form up into anything. So you just get a lot of weird sort of like different sort of things that there wasn't a whole lot of reason or meaning behind the difference. It was just the virtue was in being different.
Leo, what are you doing?
Oh my god, he's lowering the price. Now we're gonna have to figure out what the badum-tsh is. Like, this joke can be saved if a bomb goes off when he drops this punchline. We'll have to see.
You told me to lower the price on large boxes of bold. Now get the...
Didn't quite nail it, but yeah. That is a 1,000% Keanu knockoff.
Cleaning and softening a bold at a new low price. You told me to...
He's like got the center part, except it's not cut right. It's like a center bowl cut. He's got like big, thick. He's got like a unibrow. I hope the director was like, okay, we want Keanu Reeves, but caveman.
On large boxes of bold. Now get the cleaning and softening of bold at a new low price.
Have you ever tried to skateboard on sand?
The second this dude rips off his sunglasses to ask me a question, I already know he's the coolest fucking guy. And then he hits me with the most extreme question anyone's ever asked me. Like mouth open. Also, if they're in, he's getting a mouthful of sand right now. Yeah, I don't know what you're selling, but I'll buy it. And whips this off. And it takes some of his floppy hair with it, but he just rolls with it. Eyeballs directly into the sun. Yeah, he's got a squint now.
You ever tried to skateboard on sand?
Real Leo DiCaprio energy in this guy.
It's very impossible!
This is rad. This is sick. Oh, sand. Yeah. Right.
Recharge. Hey, look! Sunny D! Yeah!
So this is interestingly self-aware. I do remember a lot of very successful ad campaigns in the 90s were like sort of self-aware and overblown. Like, what was it? 7-Up and Sprite both kind of ran pretty successful ad campaigns that did that. I think it was that maybe I actually, now that I think about it, there's been plenty of sociological studies and stuff, but I think that really was like speaking to the Gen X sensation of being like not trusting brands, so or not wanting to be marketed to or lied to. So this concept of just either advertising that is aware of its own joke, or advertising that is very upfront about not having one. Those seem to resonate with people.
One more time!
Sunny D's got solar energy.
That's a pretty absurdist ad. Kind of ahead of its time now that I think about it. This rad dude asks you the most rad question and then tells you that it's impossible and then continues to do it. Just like goes and starts shredding and then builds up a powerful thirst, and then a magical refrigerator blasts out of the sand, gives them all a bunch of sugar, and then they continue to shred on sand. Mountain Dew replaced this. Trying to remember some Mountain Dew ad campaigns that did that sort of thing. It mostly got adopted as a meme by the gamers. That's like the biggest thing I can think of in the aughts and stuff like that. Oh, for X Games. Oh, gotcha. Okay. Huh, interesting. But yeah, there was like somebody was talking about it earlier in chat. And it hasn't happened yet, although that was a very early example of it. But absurdism flowed into comedy in a big way, or into advertising, excuse me, in a big way in the aughts. And a lot of the most absurd, ridiculous commercials were the ones that like really started to stand out. I think that was like part of the millennial sort of thing. It's just like finding the life and times of living post-internet so absurd and ridiculous that the only way to like understand it was to see ads that were equally absurd. There's like the Nutri-Grain commercial where everyone's going insane and ladies screaming about babies and stuff like that. It's utter nonsense, and I think that sort of started to resonate with the millennial mindset of like, what kind of fucking world have we been put into? None of this shit makes sense. This is all batshit insane. All right.
With the only V8 offered in its class,
what's another one of these?
Club Cab has more.
Yeah, exactly, Redbeardy.
More horsepower. And
that's sort of this is all just utterly anecdotal, but it is fun to sort of perceive these trends. It tells a story of society. I think it tells it maybe a little more authentically than more explicit sources.
Dakota Club Cab, a little bigger.
It's that post 9/11 fuck it, let's just laugh without considering reality for a second mindset.
Everyone
agree with
at Comedy Central had 6 months to analyze the market research and demographic data.
I'd certainly say that, like, I think 2020 as a year put me in that place a lot, where I needed mentally out of stuff for a while, needed to mentally disconnect, and yeah, I think the post 9/11 world was not not the best to live in either, and to try to keep aware of things, or try to keep aware of what's going on in the world. Wait, Bruce is doing crab dance? I like crab. Did he like hit a sub goal, so he's crab dancing or something?
Today we'll define our new primetime lineup. Gail, call scheduling. Let's see what they've prepared.
Man, also, I want to call out, it is interesting how common a setup, a boardroom or a board meeting is for a sketch about the operation of a network. Excuse me. I remember there being so many of those filmed when I was working at Machinima, where we would like film in a meeting room, a fake work meeting discussing something. And at one point, I can't remember who it was, but somebody was just like, we're not doing another board meeting sketch or something like that. Yeah, like writers writing about writing. Basically. At some point, somebody put their foot down and was like, we have to figure something else out. We can't do this again.
Yeah?
All right, boys, we're waiting on you.
What?
Comedy Central's new primetime schedule. Let's get started. Monday, 8 to 10.
Monday is, London Calling. British night, all British stuff.
Give me Tuesday night.
Sir, statistics prove that Tuesday night is the best night for Saturday Night Live.
Gee, that's exactly what we have.
Wednesday night.
Every Wednesday is totally free movie night. Wow, how much?
Give me Thursday.
Thursday would be a night that utilizes our entire inventory to
Baby Patton Oswalt.
comic or group.
That's awesome.
Somebody shoot me!
That leaves Friday.
Friday night is the perfect night for people to call in their favorite Mystery Science Theater 3000s.
It's Comedy Central's brand new primetime lineup. Monday's London Calling. Tuesday, it's Saturday Night Live, the first 20 years. Wednesday, totally free movies. Thursday, Spotlight. Friday, Play Misty for Me. The new order is here only at Comedy Central.
This just proves it's all in the research.
They bought it. They always buy it.
I gotta admit I guess the messaging of that, in terms of like brand positioning for Comedy Central, is pretty good. The depiction of like that's how they operate the network, and these are the cool guys you'd rather spend time with than the stuffy suits at the network or whatever. That's pretty fun, and I think it definitely leans into this notion of like, This is what being a working adult is in the 90s. So if you're a working adult too, and this is what you resonate with, then you're a cool guy too. Like you're not a suit. No, you're not one of those guys. You're like these dudes who just kind of hang out and slingshot donuts at the wall for fun. So definitely rather hang out with the pot smoking, sitar playing hippies. Yeah. So much of the generational class stuff. Yeah. That's the big narrative there. I think it's not only evidence of a generational clash. It's the network actively using that to position themselves for a certain demographic. Patton has a network show? Yeah, he's in AP Bio, right? Bruce is currently dancing. Why is he dancing? Somebody tell me.
Hop on the satellite of love where cheese and art become one.
I like the smell of fresh wood chips.
Everyone hopes they're the protagonist from Office Space. I think that was true for a while. Or that you can follow that arc of like trying to get out. Or maybe making change and stuff. I'll probably hype train. Okay. Is it a good crab dance? Let me check out this crab dance. I can't stream it because I don't want him to DMCA me. I just see a hump dance. There will probably be a crab at some point. It was a good hump dance. You ever see man hump his way across the room? Oh, ska music is on. Gotcha. Okay. I don't know that, going back to the Office Space comment, I don't think anyone wants that now. Not even a little bit. I don't think anybody wants cubicle at all. Like, I think that might be an experience that's starting to just die out. That sort of work. Man, couldn't happen too soon. I don't know how people could, wasn't for me.
Sawdust.
I put them in my underwear.
Take in Mystery Science Theater 3000. Watch a new episode Saturday night at 7 here at Comedy Central.
I'm gonna don't want to work at all. Most people don't. Yeah, that's why you get paid for it. But if I'm not going to work from home, then I don't want the job. I don't want to say that, well, like how to phrase this. COVID was not enviable for anybody, but I do think it will lead to a vast improvement of workers' rights in the United States. I hope. My job is still mostly paperwork based, so I end up going into the office these days. Ugh. Well, has the atmosphere relaxed at all, or is it still pretty buttoned up where you work, Ferret King? Yeah, I hope so. I mean, that seems to be a big part of it right now. We are in the middle of a massive labor rights movement. That's the feeling. Yeah. I'm not super implicated in it, but you know what the headlines seem to say.
Listen.
Capitalism's already answering that. Wages going up. Yeah, but I mean that's a good thing, but it's disruption. You know, if people are quitting their jobs and they can't work, then they won't have disposable income to pay the businesses that get that revenue that can then afford to pay higher rates. And it's like, hopefully it doesn't tip over into a feedback loop where what I had thought, what I considered, and again, I'm no historian, no sociologist, just as a person who perceives things, I guess. It felt like the 80s was kind of the decline/end of manufacturing in the United States. Maybe the 90s was. And then it kind of was like a largely service and information economy. But COVID might have been like the last part of the United States even being a service economy. It might just be information from here on out. And then the service layer, hopefully the economy that works out, I guess. Because we still need services. I think you're tangentially involved as one of the many people who have quit corporations and gone full self-employed/contract worker. That's true. Yeah, that's a really good point. Yeah, I guess I'm part of that wave. I just a year or two early. Yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right. Definitely found that in my other work environments, the compensation and the treatment was just not tenable. Just wasn't sustainable. Not for me, anyway, and the way that I like to work. So, yeah, I guess you're right. I guess I am in the middle of it. Never really thought about it that way.
In my underwear. Take in Mystery Science Theater 3000. Watch a new episode Saturday night at 7 here at Comedy Central.
Just went to check out Bruce's stream and wow, just wow, Civilization hasn't seen skanking moves like that since the 90s. Bruce is keeping it alive. Bruce is carrying that weight for all of us.
The stuff that we make, it's powerful. It makes you powerful. Stuff that we make, it's powerful. Take it. Listen. Gather up your ideas, run with them. It makes you powerful. Just do something amazing. We're in your corner, and we can't wait to see what you're going to do. Stuff that we make, listen.
That's a ridiculous ad. It is a shotgun of sensory information. There's like this overlapping narration of a comforting female voice telling you that like it's all gonna be fine. But I think it's meant to sort of like, it's supposed to, I think, empathize with people who may feel really overwhelmed with the pace of societal change and the introduction of the internet, and especially the outrageous, like tech was booming and was increasing exponentially like year over year. So there was a lot of change going on, and I feel like an ad like this maybe targets a generation that was trying to make sense of it all, and then there's this like very comforting but still kind of intense and active force in the world that is Microsoft. But I feel like this montage of imagery is supposed to be like, this is the world you're now connected to with the internet. You got to know it all. You got to know it all now. But we'll help you. We'll help you. .com was the new buzzword. Oh yeah, I mean it was a bubble, big time. Despite the managerial class or petite bourgeoisie underpinnings, the real struggle is the workers versus the owners. Yeah. Yep. I mean, highlighted by wealth inequality, right? Those numbers were not sustainable. There were protests about this years ago, trying to raise awareness about it, and then 4 years of deliberately making the problem much, much worse in every possible way. So yeah, there's a lot to rebuild. There's a lot of ground to recover, which is what's happening now, I guess. It's funny. I feel like maybe people vote a certain way, thinking that they can just get more and more. That there's no end to the amount of things they can take and claim. But it has to be symbiosis, or then people start striking and everything gets bad. So like everything gets really bad. Fuck. Like, do you have to have everything? You already have it all. Stop taking shit. Yeah, it's so frustrating. That this notion that you can just keep taking forever. And I guess that's how people operate most of their lives. I work with somebody whose mother was in their 50s and never had owned a computer. I can't imagine missing that boat and then living with the tech we have now everywhere. Well, think about it this way, Anthrax. The way you live right now, you could probably live that way for the rest of your life. And before you die, there will probably be another technology to come along that you may already feel like you have a full life, you know? And you just don't need it. I imagine that's how other people may feel. They feel like they have a full life with books and DVDs. I love that the ska dance is called skankin'. So funny. Yeah, it is. You know, I never realized that skank has ska in it until I just saw it written out like that. But yeah, all this imagery of like other parts of the world, art. This is kind of neat. Like old Microsoft iconography sort of put into street art. So kind of saying that like technology's in the world now, it's integrated with it. That's going to happen. So you need to like get with the program if you want to follow, which is kind of like talking about I work in high-end trades and have several coworkers in their 50s who cannot use a computer to even improve their time. Used to be silly to me, but now it's just irritating. It's a requirement to do your job and has been for a long time. Well, they're still working, so it must not be a requirement then, if somebody's doing it for them. I really don't want the back half of my life being spent wishing nothing progressed from the first half of my life. I think by the time you get there, your notion of progress may be different. I think faster computers that can do more things feel like progress at a certain point. But then after a while, maybe after you observe the human condition to a certain extent, like faster computers may enable more things or more connectivity, but that may not be what you want anymore. So it's not necessarily like going out into the woods and like cooking stew and reading books, but I can kind of understand. I don't agree with, but I think I have the empathy to understand somebody being like, I live a full and fulfilling life with what I have in front of me and the people I'm connected to. I don't really need more complications in my life that will only demand more of my time, if that makes sense. I can kind of get that. And I think also like certainly in youth, you see a lot of your future and a lot of the potential of your life in technologies that are transformative and new and interesting. But as you get older, you know, I think once you've lived a lot of your life, you don't necessarily see your future in that anymore. See it in other things. So that's a perspective that I'm growing to understand. Buska, it wasn't meant to be a dunk in any kind. Just sharing perspectives, that's all. Oh, Scott, you sent me an email? Okay, I'll check into that.
It's powerful. It makes you powerful. It's power.
Yeah, this like echoing, layered voice.
Take it. Listen. Gather up your ideas. Run with them. It makes you powerful. Just do something amazing. We're in your corner, and we can't wait to see what you're going to do. Stuff that we make. Listen.
Huh.
For gifts that entertain, you.
An interesting ad. It's just an image ad, right? Is that when Microsoft was getting sued for antitrust? Because I could see them running like Trust Us ads around that time. Second. That was 2001. Wow. No way. I thought it was earlier than that. Okay. So that would have been before this.
Say the tower, right?
There's an undertone of 90s spiritualism in that Microsoft ad. Yeah, the like chanting in the background. Yeah, 90s spiritualism is a good phrase for whatever that was. The 90s had a lot of these computers. It was the first time that it looked like the whole world was accessible to the average person. Yeah, very cool. I love that notion, and it is a very exciting idea. It is like the world waking up and connecting, or individuals waking up to the world's existence, I guess. Have you tried the Halo Pringles? No. What flavor are they?
Frank Sinatra's band with duets too.
Perfect.
Barbra Streisand's The Concert.
The 90s were more psychedelic than people remember. That was part of the... Oh, sick. Fucking... Oh, we got Sade. So this is clearly post-Enigma. And there's just Gregorian chant CDs making it into a... Sling these CDs at people you barely know ad.
Today. Bon Jovi's latest, Crossroads. And Jimmy Page and Robert Plant's No Quarters. You'll save at Tower.
I am not what I wear.
I like this, like, depicting the first subject of our commercial as kind of a dope. Stepping outside barefoot with this, like lazy bassoon.
I am not what I wear.
Pants not zipped up yet.
I'm not a pair of pants or a shirt.
See, like, I'm not what I wear. I'm not a pair of pants or a shirt. It's this defiance of label, which doesn't really leave you with a whole lot else. It's just, nah, I'm not that, I'm not that, I'm not that. It's a lot of like, no.
I'm not in touch with...
It's almost like you're defined by the things you're not rather than the things you are kind of sensation.
My inner child. I don't read poetry, and I'm not politically correct. I'm just a guy. And I don't have time to think about what I wear.
Just a fucking guy. Just a fucking dopey dope dude.
Because I've got a lot of important guy things to do.
I take shits. I fucking shit like a dude. I plot big poopers like just a fucking schmo. I fold up my newspaper. I throw out the sections I don't want, and I drop deuce. What is this an ad for? Is this an ad for the paper? No way.
100% cotton.
Oh, it's for, okay. It's pants for guys that shit.
Wrinkle-free pants that don't require a lot of thought.
Okay, they're pitching the low effort.
Hager. Stuff you can wear.
Stuff. John Goodman is the everyman voice actor. Yeah. Just like schlubby everyman white dude who walks through his... He slings the section he knows his wife's like at her. And like, I guess she looks at him with a little bit of gratitude, but then he like rolls his eyes. I guess he's rolling his eyes at his kid. So like they have a comfortable routine, is I think what's implied here. He's already reading his paper. He doesn't even like look at where she is. I guess he kind of puts it on the table. She's like, there's that roommate. There's that person I live with. I guess there's like a quiet appreciation there. It's definitely not like resentment, I don't think. But it's way more neutral than a commercial loving wife. I think the idea is to like try and present a more realistic and believable family interior. Although it definitely does have this like golden rays of sunlight look. It's definitely early morning. Kids snatching the comics. So it was just, he didn't really like hand it though. It was just kind of drooping and the kid yanked it. He's just like, fucking cute.
Hi. And I don't have time to think about what I wear.
Oh, I guess he's rolling his eyes at some headline in the newspaper. Okay. So this is one of those knuckleheads in Washington are at it again kind of lines.
Because I've got a lot of important
or kind of eye rolls.
Things to do.
Non-PC yeah. There was a PC headline.
100% cotton.
He read the words African American in the newspaper and he's like, here they go again.
Wrinkle-free pants.
What happened to all the slurs I liked?
Hager. Stuff you can wear.
And then it's hung on the wall, which is odd. It's hung on the wall and like, what is this place where this is hung? It's like old-timey playbills and stuff on the background. It's just kind of like in half shading. What's weird is like, this ad is so depressing, really. It's like, are you just a fucking guy who doesn't give a shit about anything in your life? Are you just a fucking dope who only poops? You poop and you barely put on your pants in the morning. Are you that fucking slob? Where are our pants? I do think there was kind of there was a self-deprecating wave in Gen X. I think it was very pronounced and even more intense with the millennial generation, but there was just something about being a schlubby dope. Pants for guys who shit and don't wipe.
Guys.
Wiping is politically correct. That's not what I do.
100% cotton, wrinkle-free pants that don't require a lot of thought. Hager. Stuff you can wear.
But I do think that also kind of... I think that in concert, it does make sense when paired with stuff like the Microsoft commercial and the tech commercials that are like, "Whoa, isn't the world crazy? Everything's going nuts. Oh, a million things a second." And this one's more like, just take your time. It's okay to shit. You want to wear our pants and shit? Fine. We're not going to hassle you too much about it. It's not too complicated. It's cheap. You put it on your pants. You put on your pants and then you shit. We can understand that.
I'll go as far as I have to get help. Don't worry, I'll make it.
Like this is already a good ad to run on Comedy Central. And like the delivery makes it clear that it's self-aware.
I'm loving you!
Also, the like lead looks more like a dad. He's not quite as like young and everyman as the pants shitter. Which I think leans into the parody of it more. It's a more self-aware sort of depiction of a American family. Wearing pastels.
My family is stranded. We need... Hey! That's Comedy Central!
Oh, well, there you go.
Hey, got any snacks? Ah! Comedy Central. What the hell is going on here?
There you go. I thought it was an ad, but it was actually a promo bumper. Like, why didn't they go back and show the family in the car? That would have been the better cutaway. Not back to him eating a cheese cracker. Family died, yeah, eaten by wolves. Damn, that's a really good thumbnail. Dude splattered out on the wall like that. Shit. I'm not going to click on it, though. I'm not going to feed the algorithm. Better than that. Okay, let's see here. I think we're going to do one more commercial block. We're going to skip it up another decade to the aughts. That's right. It's time to watch 2000s commercials. If you haven't felt old yet, I guarantee you everyone in here will, when you have to recognize that the 2000s are more than 10 years old. Which is kind of creepy. More than 20 years old. Well, part of them. Anyway, I'll be back in a second. See you guys. I'm back. Now this one is a half-hour compilation, so I'm not going to make it through the whole thing. We'll just watch the first 10 minutes or so.
My house!
See, like, already off the top, like absurdist approach. Like a giant burger man running into a house party that he didn't know about. Oh no. Also, the music is already, like, different. There's something, man, aughts music. Definitely has its own feel.
Party's over, bud. Hit it. What's going on?
Just like generic hip-hop.
Me and my bro Spicy Chicken Crisp are just, entertaining.
That friend of yours is a menace.
Why, because he's a buck on the value menu like me?
Where is that punk?
Upstairs.
With Daddy's little girl? Ugh. Spicy!
She was hitting on me!
New, the Spicy Chicken Crisp for $1. Heating up the BK value menu.
I mean, it's funny because, like, that sandwich fucks, yeah. It's absurdist, and, like, the final joke being that the burger man can't fit through the door because he's a burger. It's like, it's that extra weird break of, like, why do they live in a house where he can't fit through any of the doorways? How did he even get up the stairs? It's calling into, it's like, it's even literalizing the absurdity of the commercial. It is that extra step where it's like the absurdity of the aughts was different than the absurdity before. Like the 90s was playfully absurd. Maybe a man wearing a burger suit would be like as wild as it gets in the 90s. And in the that's assuming it was his house. Yeah, maybe it's not. But the setup is like an 80s party movie, right? But he could be crashing the party to get his kids home. Oh, that's true. That's true. Well, let's see here. Maybe. Well, no, it's the Whopper residence with a nice little W. Also, this is a big house. Cops are here.
My house.
He says "my house" at the beginning. Yeah. I guess it does have an extra wide front door. Yeah, it does. So the Whopper house has a double front door.
What's going on?
There's like a party's so crazy they tilted one of the pictures.
Spicy chicken crisp.
Of course, they're hanging out with some Burger King.
Entertaining.
Also, these like halters and mini skirts.
That friend of yours is a menace.
Why? Because he's a buck on the value menu like me?
Where is that punk?
The daughter is human, so her door is human-sized.
With Daddy's little girl? Ugh. Spy!
That's right. She's not a burger. Let's see what's going on in this bedroom. I'm hitting the wrong one. Sorry. Whatever. Love yourself. Random things. Band. Unicorn. Like glitzy girl imagery in the aughts was kind of a weird thing too. That Hannah Montana glam look.
I see.
I like that camera punch in though. Seashell wall sconce.
New, the spicy chicken crisp for $1.
And like the cheesy, obviously like superimposed flames on the patty. It's just like it is a bunch of that just hyper absurdity and self-awareness, I guess.
Chicken crisp for $1. Heating up the BK value menu.
That's his daughter. I thought the Burger Kid was supposed to be his son. The burger is his son. The chicken sandwich is Burger Son's friend, who is getting intimately involved with Burger Man's daughter, who is human. There you go.
Malafatto, piacere, ma che fa?
Die hat gewonnen! C'est pas possible!
No, por favor, no! Nay, Tony!
No! Yes!
New Mountain Dew Game Fuel. Cranked up for Halo 3. Chug it and have no mercy.
Wow. Chug it and have no mercy. So, obvious gamer fantasy to make players the world over squeal in terror. What's interesting is like I thought at the beginning it was like people reacting to a soccer match. I didn't even see the controller until like here's the problem, all dudes. And also the exact imagery that pretty quickly people didn't want to associate with online gaming experiences. This is the kindest it gets, I guess, is just people kind of like getting into it like they get into a sports match.
No, por favor, no!
But like, yeah, screaming in the kitchen while your mom is cooking, yelling at the TV while your girlfriend is like bored out of her skull behind you. It's like it's all the stereotypes that maybe still are a little too fresh to be obviously dated. I don't know. They're pretty dated to me though.
Yes.
So we've got a longboard. Cool dude.
New Mountain Dew Game Fuel. Cranked up for Halo 3.
Halo condoms? What?
And have no mercy.
Halo itself is a condom. To prevent you from impregnating anybody.
TV's most fascinating doctor. The best night of drama is Fox Tuesday. First, it's a new...
Anyway, I think it's, I mean, I guess it's not the worst, but to portray a bunch of grown men like screaming, squealing at a video game and have it not be portrayed as comical, like, no, this is just normal. This is what cool gamers do. Maybe it's time to move on from that. I don't know that we all have to be like tea-sipping intellectual gamers or whatever, and it's fun to yell, but Jesus Christ, it's just Halo. Actually, Halo makes me yell. I'll be real. Never mind. I take it back. Halo makes me fucking yell. Fucking Halo, man.
New night for Bones.
We're back.
That is so hot.
You not see Men Who Watch Sports Ball? I guess that, yeah, you're right. It's not going anywhere, is it?
With a season premiere so surprising.
But like, that's actually pretty sick. A skull flying into somebody. Sports happens like once a week or something. This is like their 250th Halo match that day. I guess that's the thing. It's like, okay, yell at a game. Yell at an important game. It's your like 20th match of the night. Is it really that important? I don't know. That's kind of where I'm coming from.
Words can't describe it.
Us working together, very symbiotic.
What is it, the word of the day?
Bones. Then, new season.
This woman is dying.
New team.
Anybody here a doctor?
As always.
This will be the longest job interview of your life.
House rules.
At the end of 6 weeks, one of you will be gone, as will 28 more of you.
House, the season premiere after Bones. It all starts Tuesday at 8/7 Central on Fox.
Being a cool dude, jamming out a little bit. That was like a very intense promo audio-wise. That like had to get your attention, I guess.
Trans-Siberian Orchestra in the concert of a lifetime.
Whoa!
It was December 30th
at the Quicken Loans Arena.
For the first time ever, a New Year's Eve show in the Cube.
Oh, okay, that's it. 15 seconds, I guess.
Sleeping alone, going down into the basement, and opening closets such.
This is so spooky. Great.
The things Perfect. You won't be doing after you visit Halloween weekends at Cedar Point. It makes everything scarier. Haunted house.
Oh, so scary.
Monsters and monster rides. Halloween weekends at Cedar Point. Tricks that are sick. Treats that are still sweet.
Okay, pretty straightforward. This shit's spooky, yo. They didn't really say, I guess they said haunted houses. They didn't really go into any of the details about what other scary things are going to happen there. Aside from, I guess, like some mummies might come out. That's pretty good. You know, that's a good reason to go to a park. Oh, this is in Ohio? Okay. Oh yeah, it's right there. Sandusky, Ohio. How exciting. Hey, Steph. Did you go to Cedar Point, Alder Irish? Need to go to Ohio so we can go to Halloweekends. Cedar Point? Which I assumed was going to be a Six Flags park, but apparently not. Oh yeah, Dancing Skeleton. There he is. D. Cedar Point is awesome. Hell yeah. Let's do it, Steph. Get in the car. We're going to Ohio. Let me see how long it takes to drive there. Yeah, well, anything good takes a while. Oh. Hold on. Ah. Cedar Point, Sandusky, Ohio. Perfect. Don't go to Ohio. You can tell me what to do. 35 hours. Yeah, and it's a toll road. It could also be 36 hours. That one also has tolls. Nope. That one also has tolls. Nope. Well, we're going to have to pay a couple of tolls to get to Cedar Point. Nope. It's out on this dock, though. It's like out on the water. That's cool. Oh. Well, we're going to Cedar Point. Street View, get out of here. Jesus. Well, whatever. Who cares? Go away. Oh, look at all these sick apps. And this cool phone. Yahoo, AOL, Windows Live, Gmail, and HelioMail. Huh? It might have Snake. I don't know about Minesweeper. Most things don't have Minesweeper. Oh, tell all your homies there's a bot party. Boop. Yay. I guess the whole point of this is like it combines multiple communication services. That's what this is trying to say. Also, it's widescreen. Very, very tech advanced. Remember that awkward phase between like 4x3 and widescreen TVs when things were both for a while? That sucks. Like this, kind of.
We all in.
Got that big stomp clap sound.
We all win. We all in. It's time to get in the game. So
Sleigh bells meant that every song had to sound like that.
make a wish. All I heard was this. It's close to Air Force, so they should have meant 6. But call it a 3, call it the best, call them way to call them the D. We all in. We all win.
That was a good song, though. Hear that, like, mid-aughts production value coming in? Change in production values.
Yo, where you at?
Again, the absurdity. Just the visual gag.
Man, you know where I'm at. I know where you at, and you know where I'm at. Oh, you know where I'm at.
Man, you ain't nowhere new. You at where you always at.
Dogs, I know where you're at. And I know where you're at.
Yo, you know where I'm at, and I know where you at. So why don't we just leave it at that?
Yo, you see where I'm at? Yeah, but I know where you at. Boost looped with GPS. Now you know where your friends are at.
That's cute. Why are they huge? Because they're the little pins on the map. I guess it is sort of on a, if I'm going too deep into it, it is that visualization of like, this is the comedy of the world now. Like, isn't it ridiculous that you can see your friends wherever they are and they're just blips on a map? Like, this is the life we're in now. I really like this. I like the fact that his like camo vest is tailored to his ball and his little camo pants down there.
Where you're at.
It's like different layers of fabric.
Yo, you.
And he's got a little chain on? Swinging around? Walking that dog? Got a camo boonie hat?
Yo, you know where I'm
Look
at.
at this jacket.
And I know where you
This has got to be somewhere, right?
at. So why don't we just leave it at that?
Yo, you see where I'm at? Yeah, but I know where you at. Boost looped with GPS. Now you know where your friends are at.
That is a fun ad. I'm into that. Prison Break. How can there be more than one season of Prison Break? Did they break out of another prison? How many times did they get put back into prison after breaking out of prison? Or do they never break out of prison? I never watched that show, but the title made me not want to. They keep breaking out? Wait, did they legit voluntarily enter another prison? They have to break back in. What? The prison is life? You can't break that. They gotta break into prison. Okay. All right. I get that. That's like at least 3 seasons. Season 1, prison break. Season 2, ask to go back to another prison or be put back into prison and then break back out. Okay, you get caught. Season 3, your name is cleared and they need you. They'll clear your case if you go into a prison and break out again. Okay, so they do it and now their records are cleared for season 3. Season 4, break into prison. There's a megalomaniacal billionaire who built a supermax prison, and he says nobody can break into or out of it. And you take him up on his deranged bet, and then you make billions of dollars. Season 5, space prison. Season 6, prison break, breakthrough time. Season 7, prison break babies. Season 8, prison break premarital affair.
In the back of San Finca.
And in the deadliest prison on Earth. Back up! The only way out
The deadliest prison.
Forced into this. You think we want to be here?
is to go
In prison? Where we have to break out over and over again? I've never seen a single episode of this show, but God, just a show called Prison Break. Somebody being like, Season 3, they're back in prison. I hate this! Why am I in prison again? And they'll have to do the unthinkable. We gotta break out of prison again.
Forced into this. You think we want to be here?
is to go even deeper inside.
We gotta go to double prison. There's a prison inside the prison? It's for the super criminals, the worst of the worst.
My name is Michael Schofield. I was sent to get you out of here.
Ah, I broke into prison to break you out of prison. But now we have to break out of 2 prisons.
Break. Viewer discretion advised. All new tomorrow at 8 Central.
Fuck, that's so sick. That's so sick. Oh, how have I not watched Prison Break? I should have watched all of Prison Break multiple times over by now. And I haven't seen a single episode.
Presenting the 263.
Whoa! This car is going up a rotating elevator that has ring lights on it. This kind of looks like a backdrop for a hip hop video or something.
163 horsepower Lincoln MKZ, rated high.
Where is this elevator?
According to JD Power.
Why is it twirling?
Now joined by the fastest-selling luxury crossover, the Lincoln MKX, with its award-winning safety.
I guess this is just all supposed to be like glamorous imagery.
The roof. Reach higher, and you're destined to reach the top.
Yeah, the pinnacle, the top.
Lincoln MKX.
You've made it to the top.
$69 a month.
Huh. Such ugly cars. I just am generally philosophically against the huge raft of cars that the United States started putting out and consuming. But
it's Hyundai's
2007 sucked so hard. Yeah, it wasn't a great year. Not for me.
2008 Hyundai Sonata. Lease yours for just $199 a month. Not to mention model year closeout savings on sedans that get up to 36 miles per gallon.
It's weird music. It had a little record scratch in it.
All backed by America's best warranty. It's your invitation to save big, but the event ends soon at your Hyundai dealer. During the clearance event, lease the 2000
iPhone was 2007. I rest my case.
Event ends soon.
Oh yes, please, local news bumper.
But the summer-like weather's going to continue. Coming up tonight at 10, we'll have your 8-day forecast.
That's it? No! You're supposed to clickbait me harder than that. You may be enjoying this weather, but things could change at any moment. Watch me at 8. Oh, this is already really good imagery. It feels like one of those things you can get away with like mid-aughts compositing and stuff. A commercial like this would probably be... Well, you could probably do something like this in the 90s, but... I love the idea of everybody running into a giant hole. Look at all these sheeple. Look at all these sheeple. I'm a free thinker.
Hey, something's not right here. This feels a little creepy. They're not thinking straight. A hamburger that sits around in a warming tray will end up all dry. Why? When I can get fresh beef sizzling straight off the grill. Hamburger should sizzle off the grill. Made not just in case someone decides to order it, but made specifically. Because I walked in and said, I want a hot, juicy hamburger, please. And I want it to sizzle. Yeah! Sizzle!
So they should go run in a square hole, right? Interesting change of pace from when Dave Thomas was still kicking, huh? Much more laden with, like, sociological messaging and stuff. Yeah, you gotta break from the pack. You gotta wake up, sheeple. Yeah, Wendy's has square burgers, of course. No. I think the legend goes that Dave Thomas's grandmother, mom, whatever, told him to never cut corners. So, not Dave? Yeah, Dave passed away. So that's kind of interesting. Also, just again the visual gag of a dude in a Wendy's thing, just and then the further absurdity of him making an inspired speech about burgers and people being like, yeah, and it being really inspiring. And then like somebody noted the sort of off kilter, bashed around and stupid Ennio Morricone reference in the music. Dave, you mean Rex? I do. Rex Thomas, burger slinger. They did kind of nail the imagery of like people just kind of blithely flying into the hole, though. That's pretty cool. Yeah, round bad. That's what we take away from that. is like very proto indie drawl that became super common in music.
The Fair Isle Sweater Collection starts at $24.50. Only you, only Old Navy.
What an interesting ad. These girls are anorexic as fuck. That's right, it's the 2000s. It's the only body type we still accept. This is an interesting transition though. I think that's a pretty slick transition in terms of the editing of it. Also, like, the dude is just kind of there, which is a total different change of pace, I think. It is entirely focused, I think, on the lifestyle of the woman, which is, again, a pretty big change, I think, from how we saw products pitched to ladies. Oh, sorry, one second. Don't know if you remember my poor ass, but your advice was great. Got the tumor removed. Think I'll get over the face scars eventually. Thanks. Wish I had money to throw at you. No, it sounds like you're taking care of stuff with yourself right now. So I don't remember just based on the name, but if you tell me a little bit, maybe it'll pop back into my head. I'm glad you had a tumor taken out of yourself, and I hope you're recovering okay. Dang. But welcome. I'm glad to hear things are getting better. Yeah, this transition is pretty slick, I think. She's like in both places at the same time. Dude's just back here, like not even wearing. He's not even standing out. He's blending into the background. He's just part of the wallpaper of your life. Also, this interior is pretty wild. I guess they did this to not make this sweater look drab. That's a hunk. Yeah, he's pretty good looking. He's in good shape too. But she's looking at herself. He's just there admiring too. You know? I guess she's looking at... No, she's looking over her shoulder. He's like over here. But he's still savoring. Don't you want a hunky dude in like good fitting pajama pants to... Again, another transition of like... Interesting perspective.
My sweater.
And then she's an architect, I guess. Or a typesetter? She works at a light desk that she caresses. I used to drink and come on your stream because I thought I had dementia. No. And a neural stem tumor, and the only way to get it out was from the front of my face. Currently look like a monster, but I could have died. Holy shit. Okay, well, damn. You may look like a monster now. It'll get better. I'm very glad that your neural stem tumor was discovered and removed because you're still here. Damn. I'm very glad you're still with us. And, I don't think you look like a monster. Tell you what, Robotophiles. Oh, I remember saying the name now that I've said it. Your Twitch name looks just as beautiful as it always did. And it's down one tumor, so... No, you didn't fuck up anything, dude. This is life. This is what it's all about. No one should feel bad. I understand feeling weird about being the center of attention, but you had some big shit happen to you. It's fine. Warden, thank you for gifting a sub. But yeah, congrats on surviving, man. Good for you. You got some strength. Like her walking with the... Wait, that's just other girls, right? Walking through the office? Although the perspective of this seems very bizarre. It's like a bunch of scenes sort of crossfade together. Is that her? Another time with the girls wearing another sweater from the collection?
The Fair Isle Sweater Collection.
It seems like she works from home. Maybe.
Only you, only Old Navy.
Interesting and bizarrely surrealist ad. Learning to use my fingers again. Can you PM me? Probably. There.
Truck guys will tell you.
Oh, truck guys.
Taking off from a dead stop with 10,000 pounds ain't no picnic.
Oh, not me? Oh, never mind.
Half ton's got massive torque. 6-speed tranny with tow haul mode. And 4 oversized disc brakes.
Yeah.
Stopping 10,000 pounds. Ain't no picnic either. Available on the full-size Tundra.
Big tough boy, tough truck.
It all.
Oh, Christ.
Coming soon from the dirty minds of David Spade and the global internet community. A film so dirty, you'll beg for a shower the moment it's done.
Dirty is.
Le film est du monde le plus sale. The world's dirtiest film. Help finish the film at worldsdirtiestfilm.com.
It's a neat idea, I guess. Every time I see David Spade, I need a shower. Yeah, this looked and felt gross. It didn't make me feel like I wanted to use it. What's up, Jellybean? Just gonna ask if Crichton's gonna still be on future Talk to the Internets. I don't think so. I think he's too busy doing things. But Bruce and I are gonna do another episode tomorrow, actually. So, wait, today's Monday, Wednesday, 2 days from now. I guess sometimes what makes me roll my eyes a bit is when, like, it's trying to parody high art films, right? Where the common person's perception of a high art film is just people smearing barbecue sauce on each other while, like, weird organ music plays. I don't know. The subtext is like, aren't like frou-frou movies stupid? But wouldn't it be cool if, like, they were hot chicks and food? I don't know. Whatever. Maybe I'm definitely overthinking it, but that's the whole point.
Help finish the film at worldsdirtiestfilm.com.
Oh, jeez.
Talk about wild.
On October 2nd,
it's clobbering time.
The post-Spider-Man pre-MCU era of
Fantastic Four: Rise of the Silver Surfer.
Era of superhero movies is sick. Red Bull still does animations in this style. That's like they started doing this in what, the late 90s? Shockingly long stylistic ad campaign to have it still be running like this. Also, I guess technically this isn't supposed to be here because G Fuel though, G Fuel 30% off. G Fuel gives you wings. How about that? A little bit of that. Anyway, yeah, technically not supposed to show another energy drink brand on the stream, but hey, whatever. G Fuel 30% off right now. I do have to say, it is pretty neat that there is shockingly little agenda to those ads. It is really good brand recognition. And it never, like, all that stuff I was saying about, like, leaning into societal fears and stereotypes and prejudices and exploiting whatever fears people have or insecurities about the age and times. Red Bull animations they never do that. It's just a weird, quirky little animation about somebody getting wings. And that's it. And then a brand and that's all. So I do appreciate the innocence of it, I think. Unless there is something really dastardly going on there that I can't pick up on. You're going to see 2010s commercials too. Those are harder to find on YouTube. It's actually not super easy to find blocks of aughts commercials either. There aren't a ton of channels that do that yet.
To Saudi Arabia to catch a killer.
He is like a ghost.
Good.
God.
We're gonna find him. We're gonna make him pay. The Kingdom, rated R, starts Friday.
Very post 9/11 vision of things green. Post 9/11 media, exactly.
Here, there's one show that brings families.
Kingdom Hearts.
Hi, sweetie.
God, I should take her out right here.
Own Family Guy Volume 5 on DVD, uncensored.
Volume 5.
Fox Cleveland's Hot List. You decide which businesses make the cut. The sweetest bakery, the best boutique, the perfect place for a dinner date. Vote now, only on myfoxcleveland.com.
I want to see that hot list. Imagine going to that restaurant in 2007. It's 2007 and you just messaged all your homies with your new phone to meet up at this weird restaurant. They've got a bookcase with a bunch of stuff on it. Kitsch. Nice bottle of wine. Jeweled bag? Who doesn't want a nice sequin bag?
Boutique, the perfect place for
Finest boutique in Ohio.
dinner date. Vote now, only on my Fox.
It looks cozy. It looks cozy. It looks cozy. You walkie-talkie them with that Nextel phone? Yeah. Bloop. Gotta let everyone in the 7-Eleven know that you're in demand. JG to the max. Thank you for the sub. Tacky garbage. One person's tag is another person's treasure. Oh, we got an iPod user here. Mac. Nice car in the parking lot. This person's got it all. Wait a minute. What if I did something quirky and artistic?
Bluetooth hands-free link. MP3 connectivity.
Okay.
Surround sound. All the luxuries of the modern world. To go. The Acura TL.
Go play golf. Just go play golf, bro. Look at this guy. The vision of what everybody wants to be in 2007. Some stubble, some like ratty hair, a car he can plug his iPod into and listen to Franz Ferdinand. He looks like a Franz Ferdinand enjoyer.
All the luxuries of the...
What's he got here? Got some like nesting dolls, a couple of weird pots, a dish on a lot of wood. That's weird that there's that. This is a very modern sort of shelving unit. Floating shelves, good stuff. One weird tall plant. Very drab interior again. Like just a very kind of desaturated interior. Green light. Yeah, I remember there was for a chunk after the Matrix and after 9/11 and stuff.
The modern
everything just looked kind of green. I don't know. Everything looked muted. Yeah, Matrix green. I don't know. This is 07. It's so far after Matrix, but I was just what everything looked like, I guess. That's how the world was envisioned through commercials.
Qualified customers.
All right, one more commercial, and then I got to take a lunch break. Got some hot riffs, tasty licks.
No matter where you live, no matter how far you commute.
GTA will be after I eat some lunch. Also, the audio balance is way different, so I feel like this is a different ad break.
The Honda Civic.
The classic Civic. Hold on a second, the oven's going off.
Every model designed with fuel efficiency in mind. The very affordable LX, the sleek and sexy SI, or the Civic Hybrid, the most fuel-efficient car in its class. The Civic from Honda. Join the family.
Very very aughts kind of sound in the music, but very straightforward ad. Probably on a soundstage, looks like a composited background, but very practical ad saying that it's like the most fuel, the highest fuel economy. Was this this was the first housing mortgage? The subprime thing was in 08, I thought, right? And then there was something else that caused like a huge spike in gasoline prices. And then all of a sudden, everyone really regretted buying those giant Lincoln cars. I don't remember what year that happened in. But yeah, the glut of SUVs in America suddenly became a problem. I mean, they were always a problem, but everyone was ignoring it. Now we'll all be underwater, so thanks for that. Oh yeah, Hummers? Yeah. Good stuff. But I don't remember if this was before or after or in the middle of that like gas freak out. Of suddenly gas didn't flow like water anymore. That was like 05 or 06. I think that was around the war in Iraq or slightly after. Yeah, something like that. Bulb, thank you for the prime. Appreciate that. I feel like it had to be 07 or 08, somewhere in there. I remember, I have a weird moment of memory of that. There was like a Ford executive or some shit that went on to the news hour. And part of the discussion at the time was should we hold automotive manufacturers slightly responsible for intentionally making and selling cars that just get trash gas mileage? And then the Ford executive came on and was like, this is absurd. There's no way that anyone could have expected this. It's all that we did was make cars people want, and it's absolutely outrageous to think that car manufacturers should have any responsibility. And I'm just like, you piece of shit, man. God, this is just what it is. You hire a talking head to go on and just spout whatever gets you out of like being responsible for anything. I think they should. Well, at least like there's like efficiency requirements and stuff now. California's trying to make it happen. I remember in 9th grade we were making jokes about gas prices skyrocketing, and that was '05, but I don't remember how long that was happening before that. Okay, yeah, it might have been all connected. They did the same thing with faulty airbags back in the 80s. Oh, yeah. Stuff that, like, Fight Club sort of referenced. The older I get, the more I want to move away from car-centered cities. That was a big deal for me, too, and I understand how ironic that sounds living in LA, but for me, most of what I need on a week-to-week basis, I can get on my block, which is really what I wanted. I wanted to be able to walk to a grocery store, to walk to a convenience store. And I have my, like, electric motorcycle, which is essentially like a city scooter. But yeah, driving culture in the United States is kind of rough. Oh, Vespa? Yeah. Paying for gas sucks. You said it. You said it for sure. Too many cities are not walkable. That's true too. Yeah, not walkable, not bikeable. And then, yeah, public transit's not great. If you get in there are a few cities where the subway grid is enough to get around. LA is not one of them. But usually those places are so nice to live, so there's a bit of a premium to living there. Bah. All right, lunchtime. Time for lunch. Gonna be coming back with Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. I'm a bit behind schedule, but so I'll probably start that around like 4:30 or so. I like LA's public transit system is uniquely dog shit. It's okay. I used it pretty exclusively for 3 years. It's better than Dallas, you know. There's more rail lines and more buses. There are a lot of people here though, so buses and trains fill up, and that's the part that kind of sucks, but what you gonna do? Once you get pretty familiar with the bus lines, it's really not so bad. And you kind of accept the fact that if you're going public transit, you need like 20 minutes of wiggle because you might miss a bus, or a bus won't be there, or it's full, or it just drives by, or whatever. Anyway, all right, I'm done rambling about LA public transit. I'll be back in a bit after I make some food, take a little break. So I'll see you guys then. I really need to add a button for that. Hold on. Add a button right now.